Internets, we back at it. And I want to give a disclaimer right off the bat. Okay? This episode's going to get raunchy right here. Okay? So if you're at work, lower it down a little bit. If you're around a bunch of people, don't put it on speaker. Put it on headphones. Because listen, I mean, Pervert Pete is back. Nah, I'm not back. I'm only playing. There ain't no Pervert Pete. But we do get into this episode, and it is a little raunchy. It's a lot of sex talk. We're going to get to it. I'm going to explain to you a little bit more before I bring you into this episode. But first off the bat, man, I had such a great time in Detroit. Man, shouts to AJ and SJ from the Connected Experience for bringing me down there. They had this Urban Connection podcast that I was a special guest down there. So many dope people I met. So many dope podcasts out there. I really had a good time out in Detroit. Can't wait to get back. Man, it was dope out there, man. And also, I see my boy Teak from Blue Tigers Fitted, man. Sherm and them and Tom. And what's up, y'all, man? I did an episode with them. And I also did a couple of episodes with AJ and SJ, so when they come out, I'll let you know about them. But shouts to Detroit, man, for all the love. Then I went over to Vegas, man. Shouts to Vegas for all the love. Let me tell you something, man. It's amazing that, you know, I do a bunch of things, obviously, besides podcasting. But it really is amazing that how much love there is in different cities for the kid. And I really appreciate that, man, for sure. And then when I was in Vegas, let me tell you something, man. I had such a great time. Shouts to my guy over at Tao. Chef Mark Marone brought me in the back of the kitchen, had me feeling like Henry Hill, no rat, Henry Hill and Goodfellas. Just really cooking it up, man. He made like a giant soup sundae. He made like a different type of sushi. Did like a Peking duck and shit. You know, I don't really fuck with the duck, but you know, I was there for the sushi for sure. Listen, you know, it's been a special week for me. You know, my mother's birthday was the other day. And I want to say, my mother, for those people who don't know, you know, I'm very, very serious about, like, family, man. And the reason why is because of my mother. Plus, my mother's a twin. So I've had, like, two mothers all my life. And I really, really, like, I'm grateful for them to be in my life. You know, through my ups and downs, they never asked for all that bullshit that I gave their way. Through my ups and downs, they were always there for me. Always supported me. Always showed me what loyalty is. Always showed me what, what family is and being there for one another. And treating my friends like family, man. So, you know, internets, listen, you know, as we get older, so do our parents. And appreciate them and value them and love them and care for them. Because let me tell you, I will say this. My family, my uncles and people who were there for me and my aunts and my mother and my father and sisters, they are the true backbone of my journey. Without them, like, I've seen so many people, listen, I've been, you know, made mistakes when I was young, been away and changed my life around. I've been in trouble, been in group homes, I had to go to treatment programs younger. You know how many kids that I met there? Dope individuals, but didn't make it because they didn't have the support. Like, support means that much. Like, if you're away and you get mail and you get visits, you know what that does for you? If you're in, you know, you're in a tight situation, you're in a group home or a treatment center and you get visits, you know what that does for you? Like, people act like they don't care, but in real life, like, having support of family, and like I said too, the way she treated my friends was you know, really made me, you know, have that feeling of how friends become family. You know, you don't have to be blood. So anyway, listen, internets, I just want to let y'all know that it's important, and if you have somebody like that in your life, value them. And I definitely value. So happy birthday to Aunt Barb and Mama Premium. Appreciate them, love them. You know, they mean the world to me. And, you know, I'm thankful to have them in my life. And I will say this, too. Even speaking to them, they helped me become a better father to my daughter, you know. But I do want to say this. If you get to an age group where you're taking your daughter driving, okay, make sure you got one of them Great Adventure harness seatbelts, because that shit is scary. I feel like it's a great moment to teach your daughter to drive, but I also feel like it's scary. I was in the front seat, the passenger. I was about to put the back seat belt on too, because, you know, listen, you got to be safe out here. But more importantly, I will say this too. Even with my daughter's journey of visiting colleges, and now she's contemplating whether she wants to go away or not. You know, the funny thing with that is when she turned around and said to me, like, hey, I may not want to go away, I was heartbroken because I feel like I've been prepping my daughter to go away to college and just get the fuck out of here. Like, look, I'll give you an example, right? For people listening who are not from New York, They'll probably be like, yo, New York is great. And it is. And I'm thankful for everything it's made me and everything that it has displayed and gave me the courage and the determination and the focus. But I will say this, you got to get off the block too. I wish I had a chance to go away when I was younger. And I always wanted that for my daughter when she got older. So, there are a couple schools that, that she got approved for to go out of state. But now she's thinking about maybe just staying in state. And it's funny because when she said that, I literally told her, I was like, yo, my dreams have always been for you to go out of state to college. And when I said that shit, I realized how selfish it sounded. Because I was like, but those may not be your dreams. And she was like, you're right. So, whatever it is, I think, when your kids get older, you got to just, reinvent your parenting. I think so sometimes you hit you get in like a groove. You're like, yeah, damn, I got this parenting thing down. And then next thing you know, puberty comes. Or next thing you know, boyfriends come. Or vice versa, or a girlfriend. Whatever it is, man. I think you just got to reinvent ways because, communication is key. You already know I'm going to tell you the presence over presence is key. And, just be there for your kids, whether you're a mother listening or a father listening or just anybody in someone's life, man. It means that much to them. When I say what time it is and I tell you to open up that Twitter app and check the fuck in. I love when y'all do that. Internets, keep doing that shit, okay? I love it. And listen, open up the Twitter app, at Premium Pete, at The Premium Pete Show. Check in. Listen, I want to give a shout out to Trey O on Twitter. He wrote, "Hey Pete, I'm listening to your show from Napoli, Italy. Listen, I got a paisan listening. He said, I love what you do. Shouts, I appreciate you." Got another shout from Sunday School Pod. They wrote, "Major shout out to Premium Pete from Minnesota for that Stolly interview. Pete clearly went to the Combat Jack School interviewing." Man, I really appreciate that, man. Shouts to Minnesota. I know that was a tough loss with the Eagles, but I fuck with Minnesota. I would love to come down there one day, possibly do a live show, But shouts to Minnesota. Who else? Big Rome 07 said, "Premium Pete, I'm listening from New Zealand. Forget about it." Yeah, that's it. Shouts to New Zealand, man. Yo, what's popping in New Zealand, man? Let me know, man. I would love to come down there, too. Another Minneapolis, the Wise Men Show. Yo, Premium Pete, we listen religiously out here in Minneapolis. Please continue to aspire. Rest in peace, Combat Jack. I do want to say this. This past weekend in New York City, there was a Paradise Garage set that was done for charity. All the proceeds went to Combat Jack's kids, his family. I think there's still a GoFundMe out there if you want to Google it, and if you want to support it. That's up to you, and I think that, that'd be dope because all the money goes to his kids. But it was a real dope event. It was a real dope night. DJ sets by Just Blaze, Ted Smooth, Clark Kent. It was a couple of people, man. It was a really dope event. Really nice to see a lot of people turn up for Combat, and the love was always there, and we're going to continue to keep your legacy alive, Combat. We're going to continue to raise the bar. We're going to continue to spread love. And we're going to continue just to dream those dreams because you would have wanted it that way. And little by little, it's been tough for me, man. I appreciate everybody that's hit me up, that has sent love and condolences. And it's been tough because, I really feel like we never really learned how to mourn. So, we don't know what we're doing. Like, I don't even know how to mourn. So what am I doing? Am I mourning right? I just know it's upsetting. But I do know that so many people, and a couple of people told me something that really stuck with me. And they're like, yo, you gained an angel, and you gained somebody to watch over you, and I'm truly, truly appreciate that. And listen, internets, like I said, raise the bar. Combat will be happy about that. Dream those dreams. Combat will for surely be happy about that. And shouts to everybody that's checking in. Make sure you at The Premium Pete Show on Twitter, at Premium Pete. Let me know where you're from. Check the fuck in. Let me know what's going on in your city. I can't wait to come out to certain cities too, man. Wait on that news. Wait on that news for sure. And you know what? Shouts to everybody that has been tweeting and really enjoyed and was inspired about this Josh Kesselman, the founder of Raw Rolling Papers episode. It was so official. I loved hearing his stories. His charity work is crazy. He's to be able to sit down and hear this guy's mindset and then be able to deliver it to the audience is dope. Internet, listen, I want you just to laugh every week. I want you just to learn every week. And we've been doing that shit. And I'm excited for it. Now, let me tell you something. This week's episode, I already told you in the beginning, there's a disclaimer, but Weezy and Mandy, a Horrible Decisions podcast, along with my guy, the Loopy Blogger. Man, I really enjoyed this episode. You know why? Because it's something that people don't always conversate about. People talk about sex, but they don't really talk about sex. People don't really ask the questions or want to know or different stories and hear different things. You know, but one thing I will say, this is some conversation that is fun to listen to, fun to debate, but more importantly, stuff that people don't talk about enough. And that shit was fucking funny. I really had a great time. Loopy Blogger is a funny motherfucker. If make sure you're following that dude and stay connected to him. And the Horrible Decisions podcast, I love what they're doing, Mandy and Weezy. Stay connected to them. And I'm telling you right now, if you're home and and the kids ain't around, put this shit up. But if you're at work, put your headphones on or lower it, because it could get raunchy. But internets, we're talking about sex, okay? Let's talk about sex. Okay, we're going to talk about that. But internets, I present to you the Horrible Decisions featuring the Loopy Blogger episode of the Premium Pete Show. Let's get to it. Cheers.
Come on, everybody get set, let's go. It's the next episode. It's the Premium Pete Show. News, interviews, all of the info. Listen up, it's the Premium Pete Show. If you want the scoop in the low, down low, listen to the show, cause Milk said so. Fuck what you heard, better act like you know. It's the Premium Pete Show.
Internets, welcome back to another episode of the Premium Pete Show. This is like a mashup this week. A mashup, but also an understanding for ladies and gentlemen.
Or an orgy.
I mean, it could be an orgy.
It could.
Well, first of all, I got the stars of Horrible Decisions.
Yes.
How do you say that?
You can do whore.
Horrible.
I say everybody. She always
Horrible.
emphasizes like she uses some spit. And it's
Horrible decision.
I'm the Jewish
It's always good to have spit. Hello.
Oh shit! This is starting
Puerto
off
Rican
great,
story.
and I brought my guy back, the one and only,
Thank you,
La
man.
Borra,
Hey.
Loopy Blogger
Thank
in the
you, man.
building.
Thank you, Pete, man. I
Dominican, Puerto
appreciate
Rican.
you.
He's a hybrid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now let me ask you something. First of all, from Horrible Podcast, Mandy and Weezy.
Yeah.
Right. But what is your nationalities?
So I'm Jamaican and white.
Really?
Yeah.
And you?
I'm black and Israeli.
Okay. See, I would never even realize.
Everyone
Why?
thinks
What do you
we're
see?
Hispanic.
Your people.
You thought I
had-
was one of your people.
I thought you was Dominican off
Every
rip.
time, I went
I
to
thought
Puerto
you was here
Rico
to
one
talk about
time, and the
lang.
cab driver was like, "You don't speak Spanish? Your mother don't teach you nothing?" I'm like, "Nigga, no, shit. Nobody ever
Yeah.
believes me. People act like I don't know who my daddy is."
Now you were saying you and Drake are the only what?
Black Jews that I know, and
Really?
Shel Silverstein. If you read books,
Oh, okay. Shel Silverstein. No, I
Yeah.
never heard of
Damn,
him.
do I not read books?
Like,
Bitch, I don't know who that is.
I
No.
definitely don't fucking read. Like,
Okay,
I'm
well,
like,
you don't look like it.
I'm so lost.
you know what though? Niggas that don't read normally got good dick.
Really?
Actually, the
I'm a
dumbest,
Scorpio, baby. I
the
can show you
dumbest
right now.
ones.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
just
even,
like it's
I don't
something
even have
wrong
to
with you. You
perform
know what I
it on
mean?
you.
If you have good dick, there just has to be something wrong.
Right off the bat, for people, first of all, I can tell this is going to be.
They heard the
This is going to be a
horrible decision.
This is going to be a
going.
fucking raunchy episode. Right off the bat,
It's your sex episode.
Thank you. What is good dick? Like, what does a girl consider good dick?
When they call you Angus,
Wait,
Good
what?
dick has to do with girth.
big,
Okay.
big
Good
meat.
But good dick is stamina. It's
Okay.
not just like pound you and leave. You eat
Exactly.
pussy.
Okay,
It's nice
okay.
and wet and sloppy. And I think it's also when men know how to have like passionate rough sex. Like I hate when niggas think choking you is all it takes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Kiss me, slap me, and then choke me.
Yeah, yes.
Like let's put some feeling
What
into
sign are you?
this.
Fuck, somebody marry her.
I'm gonna.
What are you on Instagram?
I'm an emo hoe. That's what I say on my podcast with Mandy. I'm a Pisces, so I'm a
Oh
sensitive slut.
wow, Scorpios and Pisces, dude. Fuck,
I think
my
she
wife
could have
is
said.
a Pisces.
I think she could have said she was.
Oh
anything.
my God, we go at it.
Oh my
Like,
God.
dude, like for like 12 years, the fucking kitchen is cooking, bro.
We know not to eat at your house.
Oh my God,
Pussy pancakes are good. You know what I mean? You always need a little flavor.
I love it.
Now,
man.
Mandy, what do you consider a good dick?
I like it really big.
Mm.
I have a lot of ass. So to me, like, I need you to be able to get in there. I like a talker. I like
love
it
talking.
rough.
I love
So
talking.
I like porn star sex. I'm not the emo hoe like her. Like, I want you to beat my
Demolish,
pussy up.
yes,
yeah,
demolish
like,
it. Now, let me ask you something. You ever find it funny that people use the word shit when they say, I'm going to fuck the shit out of you.
Actually, if you think about it, it's pretty gross. But technically,
I know, because
there are times that you
shit's
have
an adjective.
But you could. Shit is also a noun.
I tell you this much.
If you have anal sex, look, there's
smart.
some
When
time.
people are so horny, some
Burp.
shit comes out sometimes, and they be like people
No,
are
no one's
nasty.
putting
They're
shit-
crazy.
Bro, let
Wait,
me tell you,
I'm
when
telling
niggas want to
you,
eat
man.
my
Who's putting
ass
shit in
and
their
I tell
mouth?
them no, and they be like, I don't care. I'm like, what?
Oh no! See, anal
I
sex.
feel like when a bitch gives you the one and like,
No.
listen, no, not right now. It's
Yeah.
because like I'm not ready because I just
Yes.
took a shit.
No, anal sex. You have to prepare. You eat crackers the whole day. No real.
Wait,
food.
hold on.
Like,
Hold on.
I have to know what I ate
Mandy.
before I agree to anal sex.
We jumped the anal gun.
Hold on. We got to back this up 1 second.
Crackers and water.
For people listening at home or wherever they are, they could be at a
Holy
beach, it could be at
fucking
work,
cow.
wherever they are.
Over the beach.
Explain to them how someone gets prepared, because I don't know. How do you get prepared for anal sex?
Oh.
Right, break it down.
Okay, so we
'Cause
actually
you've had some dicks in your ass.
We have two,
I'm a newbie.
Well, we have two different techniques. She prefers to, if we're gonna have anal sex, she's gonna walk around the house with a toy
Okay.
to open up her hole.
Okay.
Me,
But I'm not as.
Don't do that,
gaping.
'cause, bitch, you don't know what my asshole look like, hoe.
Yeah.
You can take a dick
What
in your
color-
ass.
what color
I
is
know
it?
you can take spit
I'm
and
into
then
colors.
dick goes in.
I mean, it depends the size. I do have a size limit for
you?
anal sex. Yes, I do actually.
Yeah, but what do you have, a fucking rule? You're measuring people's dicks?
can't just
before
take
you-
big
No,
old
you
girthy
can't just
fucking-
take every dick in your ass.
I love you.
You know what's so
yo.
funny? You know what's so funny?
What
Years
the
ago, I went to this
fuck?
massage parlor years ago. I'll never forget. And, it's like kids around my neighborhood were like, yo, like $60, you can get like a fucking rub and tug. This is back in the day.
Oh.
And I know, but I'm just saying, this is like when I first got introduced to it. And I'll never forget, I went in there, she's like, take off all your clothes. So I took off all my
Take off all your
clothes.
clothes.
And then she's like, it was $60, but she was like, no, you $80. I was like, wait, my homeboy
Stop
told me
playing.
60. She said,
Man, shut
too
up.
buku. So I was like,
Tubuku,
yeah.
what?
So she
Fuck
was
was she,
telling me,
African tubuku? What the fuck was that?
she was telling me the shit was too big and she couldn't fuck with it, man.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I swear to God,
you
man.
can wait to tell that story.
No,
that
no.
one big dick tail you had. huh?
No. The reason why I say that for is because what really constitutes you saying like, yo, you're hanging out with a dude, and then all of a sudden you're like, yo, your dick is too big, we can't have anal sex.
Oh, 'cause that
have you
is-
ever did that?
Yeah, no. So there's this one guy that I was dealing with, and he was so beautiful, like good looking wise. Like to me, I don't feel like you should be good looking and have a big dick. Like, damn, you really blessed to have both.
like you gotta have STD.
You really right. Something got to be wrong with you at this
Or a
point.
wife.
Which yeah, probably the wife.
Yeah.
But you just look at it, and we were talking about growers and showers before the show.
We were asking
and so
Pete.
sometimes-
Explain what that is for people who may not know.
So we've come to the
So a
consensus
grower
that
is when you've got a small flaccid penis and then suddenly it grows into a magnificent dick.
And normally the
a
big ones
shower
are
is when you
small.
can kind of see that print when they walking around because bitch, I'll be looking at dicks. You know what I'm saying? You can like see it like the basketball shorts just be boop the dick print. You're a shower. But if you can't see nothing and then it's suddenly
I don't think I'm a shower.
You're a grower?
Yeah.
Growers actually happen to be the bigger ones.
Yo,
They do.
dude, my shit like
Now, here he go.
Here he go.
Now I just want to say
Hilarious.
Loopy is holding up his forearm
Yo.
to show us his big old growing dick. What are you, a fucking cheese?
Now let me
with
ask you
your dick?
something. You know, right off the bat, I have to ask this because when girls are sexual, for
Here we
some
go.
reason, guys, sometimes some guys get way too aggressive. Like for instance, like if a girl is like walking around and she's showing like her tits or she's talking
Well, I mean-
or she's talking crazy, like kind of like, yeah, I love dick and I like to suck dick, and a guy makes a move on you because you know what I mean. People hear that and they like automatically think it's okay for them to
Right.
Do you ever like get offended by
I think
anything?
men have to realize just because we talk about fucking or openly talk about sex doesn't mean we want to have sex with you. And I think that men need to realize
Gotta know your place.
Yeah, like, and so even when you said like if their boobs are out, like some women do that for them. Not
Yeah,
everything is
yeah.
done for a man. And for some
True.
reason, y'all just sit here and feel like
Hey,
everything.
hey,
Okay,
I
I
got
won't do the
respect.
y'all. I
Don't do
won't
that,
do the
please.
y'all. I won't do the y'all.
I got-
But a
there's a
lot of
balance
men,
to me.
a lot of men feel like women do everything for them or for attention, and sometimes it's genuinely just for us.
A lot of people feel like
Sure,
our
and you should,
podcast
and you
baits
should.
them to like we're looking for somebody. we have a podcast. I guess we haven't explained it. We've been recording 10 minutes. So our podcast started off with us wanting to talk about our horrible decisions, like our
and
funny
you say
stories.
horrible, like
I love
horrible.
Like, because we wanted to take that word and
love
reinvent it, right? Everybody uses whore as this terrible fucking thing. And
Before we get
why
into
can't you be a whore with your man?
What is a whore to you guys?
Well,
Because
I
think that's
grew up.
why
I'm
we use
Italian, so I
Iron.
grew up. We use that word all the time. She's a fucking whore.
And what does it mean?
She's a slut.
And what does
What's
a
a
slut
slut?
mean?
That's a good question.
And you're
You
from
know,
a different
I mean,
background.
somebody
What
who-
is you?
What
is you?
Joe, talk on mic, We'll be talking on mic. We'll be.
It could be a lot of things. You can fuck somebody and then fuck their brother, fuck their friend. A lot
Something
of
that's
things
too
can make you
far
a
is a
slutty.
slut to you.
Oh, like if like 10 fucking guys bang you at one time, even
Or maybe you
5,
just
even
get
3,
around.
even 2.
So what about
You're
a girl
slut.
that like
is a girl
has
that- yeah,
fucking
that-
on the first date? Is that a slut?
To be honest, if the mood is right,
Yeah, I agree
See,
with that.
there's too
Take
many
it.
like, and
There's
that's
too
the
many-
thing.
yeah.
Nobody's ever consistent about what they mean by
Yes.
that. Men have called me a whore when I'm walking down the street in a skirt.
Yes.
Men have called me a whore when I'm with my man.
Yes.
Because
wow,
maybe
that's
I'm
crazy.
Wait, you have a man?
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm dating somebody, but
Yeah, but you're
I'm
still
saying, like,
accepting
no.
new
I'm
dick,
saying,
right?
I mean, I can remember a time where I was with my dude, and like they were like, "Oh, you know her? She talks crazy. She's a whore." I was living with him at the time. Who am I fucking? You know, and it's like whore means something different to anybody, and so I think we
Yes.
wanted to take that word to make people feel more comfortable when they want to do, women specifically, when they want to do nasty things. So we started it off talking about embarrassing stories, right? Our first episode was called "The Missing Condom" because she had one stuck.
I
in
had
it.
a condom
And,
missing in me.
Okay, without don't lose your pace, but could you tell this missing condom story?
Well, it's ironically she was able to share a time that she had a condom missing in her. So as a female, and this has happened if you've been having sex, for you, it could be your first year having sex.
Right.
Sometimes niggas don't know the size of their dick, so there's condoms for different.
Yeah,
dick
you aren't a
sizes.
grower or a short, bro. You don't need a gold wrapper.
And
Let's
so what
go
happened
back to
was
lifestyles.
we were fucking, and when he came out, the condom was gone, and so sometimes it can fall out. This one got stuck in a crevice in my pussy somewhere, and I had to go to the gyno and have her take it out. I said, "Listen, there's a condom
How
in my
long was
pussy."
this? Was it missing in
It was
action?
missing for 2 days.
So it's funny because when we decided to do the podcast, she had it stuck in her. The next day, we
The
go
next
to
day
the
we went to the
gynecologist
gyno.
together, right? And we got tested together, whatever. And the lady's like, "Oh, okay, and you have a friend waiting in the lobby?" I'm like, "Yeah, and if you have her, you've got to pull that condom out because it's stuck right up in that pussy."
So you had to put your legs on the stirrups and shit.
Oh,
like
I
that?
put it up, and she was like, "Yep, it was up there, but I got it," and she pulled it out.
Wow, that's
Oh my
fucking
God.
amazing.
Now, did he have a big dick?
But see, and his dick was medium.
And see, that's the thing, though. When I had
What's
mine,
big to you? Not sorry.
See, I don't pull out
a ruler.
rulers. However, I like girth. So to me, like
Soda
wanna
can.
feel
You like a
like-
soda
I
can.
wanna feel like I'm
if you
stretched.
take your hands and make a C, I don't want my hands to touch. So this is like a medium dick. If I'm jacking it like this while giving it head and my fingers don't touch, that means it's pretty.
is there a
It's
camera
pretty
on
big.
her right now? 'Cause it's fucking
I mean,
hilarious.
like,
Wait, what'd you say?
Is there a camera on her right now? If I'm jamming out, okay.
but yeah, that would be big.
I
if
think
my
girth
fingers
is a
don't
big
touch.
thing. I'd rather have someone that was fatter than longer because
I
I
wanna
want
get
So
it.
you would like
Yeah,
a
that
5-inch
is corny.
soda
just like
can.
you want a tighter pussy. I want a bigger
Soda
dick.
can.
What?
Just like men want tighter pussies.
Well,
That's why I want
first of
bigger
all, every pussy's not the same.
That's
I'm
very
explaining
true.
to you.
That's very true.
You haven't been in one like that, so maybe with your
Maybe
tongue.
my hands and mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I was about to say that.
But and from my experience over the years, like to me, they're built like baseball mounds. So what I mean is sometimes you're in, and then sometimes you're over the mound. Sometimes sometimes I didn't get a good feeling. Like I messed with girls that were real hot, but when I was inside, I was like, like it didn't feel like it wasn't too loose or too tight. It just didn't feel like the girl who felt like just like it was suction cupped.
I've never heard it like this.
Which
This
is tighter.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
and it didn't feel too loose. It just felt like I don't
think
know. I
that's
felt
why
like I
someone's
felt like it was a
not-
bottomless pussy. Like I couldn't get down there. Like I was like,
But you know why I feel like this is never consistent? Because I've had amazing sex with someone and then had terrible sex with them, and I wonder what it is. And I know it's mutual because we both ain't coming and it's kind of whack.
Could you
and
believe it's mood, maybe?
I wonder if it's all in our heads. First of all, yes, it has to be wet, but I wonder like the more you're into somebody, the sex get better.
1000%.
Because every time I fucking ex, I'm like, this ain't shit.
What were y'all drunk when y'all had the good sex?
No, it's
And
just
when
like
y'all
it was all
sober
in my
when you had the
head.
bad sex?
That's what I'm saying. Like when you're into somebody, the sex is just fucking better. And that's why for me, sometimes it gets harder and harder as I get older to have casual sex because
Okay.
I need to be a little more like, especially because I like a lot of nasty shit.
Yes.
like when you say, see, you can't just walk over that. What's nasty
here we
shit?
Go.
Well, so on our show, we discuss it a lot. Mandy and I have two very different personalities when it comes to the roles that we play in sex, but I'm more of a submissive person. I like, whether it's using toys or like being manhandled, so to speak. I like rougher sex. And so for that, I can't just have it with some dude I don't know because I don't trust him. My head,
nigga might fucking yoke you for
right,
real.
and I don't feel comfortable enough. And plus, for someone to treat me like shit, I need to know they give a fuck about me.
Sure.
Because I want to be treated like shit, but I don't want to be treated like shit with someone I just met.
I know what you mean. It takes time to get that. You got to earn that.
You want some standing up, opening the shades, fucking like that, and I know where you pipe
I mean, I like a lot of talking. I like a lot of like. Sometimes it could be even degrading, right? Like throw me on my knees or like get my hair in a grip. And so for shit like that, you can't just fuck anybody.
Yes.
You know, actually there was a dude in the studio with us, some Love and Hip Hop dude, who was flirting with me all through the episode. And then he's like, what? You like to get fucked like this? Oh, and I was coming at you? I can't believe this.
But the problem is, to bring more background to that, the problem was that she's a black woman and she deals with white men. So this was a black male who was like,
so she only likes white men.
Right
I
now
don't only like white men, but it's like what
right
I've been
now
dating
that's what she's dealing with.
I've been into Euro dudes, you know what I'm saying? Because I like nasty shit.
You ever
and they
mess
like
with
to
a
do it.
Chinese dude?
Yo, them motherfuckers.
No, but I went to Japan for a few weeks and I was really ready for some Japanese dick. They had the goatees and long hairs. I like Y3 shit. They had the swag. I was ready.
Put
But
a piece of gum on it.
it didn't happen.
White motherfuckers
Where were
is
you
kinky.
saying?
White guys are kinky.
No, I think it was just more so him being
I don't think like that.
a black male. He was just like, he brought it into like fucking slavery and oppression. And as a white,
I think no matter when you hear a woman
how would
like
you let
shit
a white
like that
man
or getting
do this
spit
to
on
you?
or slapped. First of all, I do want to give a little bit of background of us. So Mandy works in finance. I work in tech, and
Both working ladies.
right. And we wanted to do this show to show normal women, corporate women, can have crazy and fun sex.
Well,
and
I mean, let's be real.
When he heard all of this about me in the beginning, he was like, "Oh, this girl's amazing. Oh wow, you live alone. Oh, you do this. Oh wow, you got money. You could travel. You do this." The second he heard that, didn't like me. And I just really hate that there's this connotation with women that ask for kinky things that they're sluts. And it happens all the time. It even scares me with the person I'm fucking with. I'm dating a dude right now and I think, damn, if I start fucking with someone else, what if they look back in the podcast and they hear I got spit on?
Well, not only that,
Or
even
slapped in the face with a fucking dick. And now, would you want me anymore?
What Loopy said earlier in the show when I asked him what was a whore, what was a slut, he was like, well, if she get fucked by 5 niggas, she a slut. That is a thing. There's a swinger lifestyle. We talk about polyamory. And there's a lot that would be considered a kink.
And you know what?
And some women want that, and some people have partners that would allow that.
Right.
And
if the setting is respectful, right?
To be honest, I've done some shit, man.
Have you been a part of that?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Yo, I used to have this white dude that used to pay me like $20,000
to fuck his wife.
No, for me to fuck my wife.
Oh.
In front of him. Dude, this dude was fucking paid. Nigga's cock was this small. He used to get mad coked up. And this motherfucker used to just be like, yo, please, you just fuck her, bro. The way you...
How'd you meet him?
I met Brian through an escort lady. She used to buy coke off me when I was selling coke. So he came down, and I ended up like I changed my number one day.
This is a very New York story, by the way.
Yes, I changed my number one day. I was like, yo, this is the dude that came to see you. This is my new number. If anything you ever need me, call me. But it was for coke. Yo, this dude called me one day, bought 5 20s off me, and when we in the elevator,
20s, who got $20 bags of coke? What kind of coke is this?
Back in the days,
back in the 20s were official.
Oh, back in the day, you look kind of young.
I never cut my coke. My shit was straight piedra. You know what I'm saying? So listen,
I don't know what you're saying. I'm not chica.
We was in the elevator, and it felt mad awkward, yo. So he was like, yo, can you get girls? Can you get girls? I was like, absolutely. I never pimped a girl in my life, nothing. But I was just like, yo, this motherfucker got money. I'm going to make something happen.
We all got a price.
So then there was this girl, Eve, that she used to fucking sniff coke. She was a mega coke whore. All she wanted was coke. She used to love to get fucked in the ass, spit on. You could throw her in a fucking room of 15 motherfuckers. She'll take on everybody as long as there's coke in the room. So I bring her.
Where's Eve?
I bring
Is she
her.
alive?
I bring her. I made $800 off this bitch. I was so open. I ended up making thousands with this dude. One day I left with 20 G's, yo.
So how did you end up bringing your wife into it?
Well, I needed somebody that night, and yo, she didn't do nothing with him. I just fucked her, and like we pretty much got him.
No,
like,
it's sexy.
she's
I've
bad.
been in a room
bad.
where people have sex.
My wife is, you know what I mean, Mexican and Boricua. She's bad. You know what I mean?
Forget
like,
about it,
and
huh?
she's like 4'11", like a fucking mamazota. So I'm in there just fucking slaying her shit.
Dude, are you getting hard?
Yo,
Right. This is
kinky
getting
shit,
intense.
Pisces shit, just talking dirty and yo, fuck this and fuck that. Dude, Christmas was amazing.
Yo,
that year, bro.
let me tell you something. When many years ago, when I went to hedonism,
I've been there, Jamaica.
First time I ever went to hedonism.
Great place.
I'll never forget. I'm sitting there. I got Ocean Pacific back on. I'm fucking. You know, and
The
literally,
Ocean Pacific background. I am
can't.
dying.
literally just fucking relaxing. Some guy comes over to me, but the way he came over was like, you know, he was built. You know, he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "What's up?" You know, like who the fuck? Like I'm sitting here with two guys, two friends that I'm friends
Right.
with. He says, "I need you to do me a favor." So he tells me to come and talk to him. So I go and talk to my friends. Look at me like, everything cool, don't worry about it. So I go talk to him. He says, "Listen, can you do me a favor? My wife wants you to fuck her." And I knew I was down there for that, but I just got off. I wasn't fucking. I wasn't
just
fucking
got
ready.
there.
I
Do
was
me a
like,
favor.
you know.
She wants some sex.
But see, it's stuff like that. So
It's not that
they're
crazy, bro.
agreeing to it, and yet if you talk to someone and we say, "Give us the definition of a hoe. Give us the definition of a slut," someone may say
They're never consistent
if she's
answers.
But can I tell
married
you
and
something?
fuck someone else.
Can I tell you
Like,
something? The same motherfuckers that be quick to call a female a slut, hold this, that. They be the first ones to marry her when nobody's looking, girl. Trust me. I know
all the
these
hoes get
dirtbags. I know these dirtbags.
But you know, I think it's.
I know these
It's just
dirtbags.
very shocking to me that we judge so
They
much.
all
We had a
talk.
live show where there was a couple there, and we knew them from online. They're a swinging couple, and the girl is pretty. The dude is nice looking. They look like a fucking nice. You never know. And I said to him, or I think it was Mandy. We said, "How do you feel? Like, how do you get around when she wants to fuck another guy and you guys are together? How do you keep that masculinity? How do you feel okay?" And he's like, "It's just sex. Like, yeah, doing our thing." And that's the thing, though. You know, I'm non-monogamous, right? I don't give a fuck if the dude I'm fucking with fucks another girl. Be safe, whatever. You know, moments happen. You're going to go to the club. There's so many beautiful people in this world. There's so many people to fuck in this world. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not going to do it, you're going to think about it. And I feel like it shows nothing to your commitment to somebody if you fucked someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think dinners and shit like that can be way more of a problem in a relationship than just having sex.
You know what's so
Word.
crazy? One thing in a relationship.
I love you, man. I love this episode.
You know, one thing in a relationship that I particularly hate is first of all, the beginning part I always feel is amazing, and then it dies out. Right?
Yeah.
Think about it, but you really don't know each other. You really don't. At that time, you really don't know each other. But once you feel the ounce of comfortability, you're sucking, you're fucking, you're hanging out, you're doing things. The morning breath is beautiful. The fucking this is beautiful.
Oh, God. I'm over
A
that
year or
stage.
two in, next thing you know, you're like, "Yo, did you brush your teeth or did fucking stop snoring last night?" You know, like things. Don't get me wrong. It's to keep the fire alive. It takes a lot.
Yo, it's
Yeah.
hard, man.
But more importantly, if you think about it, the comfortability in sex doesn't take much. That's why I always feel if a girl, in the beginning I used to feel like if a girl had a one-night stand or I had a one-night stand, I felt like I was doing something wrong.
Right.
And then I was like, nah, there's nothing wrong, because like Loopy was saying, if you, and you can't agree to some of this, but if you go with the flow and y'all vibing and both respectful to each other
Yo.
and want to fuck with each other, to me there's no time like, and I guess here's something to talk about. Have you ever put the 5 dates rule before you get the pussy to a guy? Do you believe in that? Do you think it's fucking
No.
worth it?
I don't.
I don't think there's a number. I've noticed for me, it's around 3.
Like
3
you
dates.
said,
Like, I
you
see-
said, there's so many beautiful
Don't get me
people in
wrong.
this
I haven't
world,
had a
like-
lot of one night stands. A lot of people, I think at one point, someone didn't believe me because I was
No,
like,
people got married that had one night stands.
yeah, because, and I think that those moments
Exactly.
are when the chemistry's fucking crazy. 3 dates I've noticed is my thing, because the first dates, if it's good, it always feels good. The second date, you'll see something that you might not like about them. And by the third date, like, if I want to see you again, then I know I'm ready to fuck you. And I don't get to a lot of third dates. You know, I mean,
Internets, listen, try and get them 3 dates with Weezy and you get that pussy.
I just don't, because I'm like, I've
luck,
had
motherfucker.
such amazing people that I've dated, such mind blowing sex, and I need a lot of open mindedness that I'm not gonna find it by the
How
third
you feel
date.
about Scorpios?
I don't know what your wife look like,
Damn, threesome with
like,
Loopy and Loopy's wife?
dude.
Well, first of all,
I'm not a guest star threesome girl, which is funny, but the
We
way that he
definitely
hyped her
about
up,
that,
I'm
like-
kind of in.
Yeah.
I want to
we
know.
definitely about
I want to
that,
know
like-
about this, Loopy. I got to understand
Yes.
this, okay? Because this episode is not only raunchy talk. this episode is not only talking about the girls from horrible decisions. This episode is also to learn.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
learn.
that is our podcast,
like,
though.
learn.
People think
Yes.
it's going to be the nastiest shit. I mean, we interview people about their kinks, you know, whether it's escorts or doctors or porn stars. We had a bisexual couple, the
Sure.
male and women,
Sure.
female. We want people to learn. I mean, most recently we had someone that had HIV. We want every
Wow.
single guest to be somebody that you're going to take something from. And I was way more judgy about a lot of things. Something I always like to bring up, golden showers, right? Our 4th episode, Mandy's like, I pissed on this dude. I'm like, oh my God, never could do it. Blah, blah, blah. Here we are at episode 40, and I'm like, it's just a little bit of piss. Whatever. I'm like learning more and more, and it's crazy how sex there's just so many different things. I found out while doing this podcast, we do a kink of the week where we pick a word.
I like that.
Yeah, and we
Kink of the
figure out
week.
what it is. One of them was aquaphilia, which has to do with orgasming and finding some kind of sexual kink with water. And I realized that, like, I kind of want to be, like, fucked in water and, like, not drowned a little bit, but, like, lose a little bit of air.
Surfboard.
Sounds fucking crazy, but it took the podcast to let me know that. I would have totally
Have
judged
you
that
never
shit.
fucked in a pool before?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, like, put me down in the water and shit to where, like, I can't breathe a little bit. Gets
Oh,
cold.
hell no. See, I can't.
Right.
Let me tell you something. hey, this is going to be one of them
Fucking-
I
storytelling
knew
things.
it,
Let me
see?
tell you
Kill
something.
Weezy by
I'm
mistake,
fucking with
my
this
nigga.
girl. Let me tell you my bad experience. I'm fucking with this girl. Beautiful. Kinky. Loves, like, super, like, talking crazy to me. I'll never... Wait, hold on. Let me tell you this. I met this Indian girl at a bar. Okay?
An Indian girl's the freakiest I ever fucked.
This is like 15 years ago. I met this Indian girl in the city at a bar.
Okay.
We're talking. She's like, I love your accent. I was like, what fucking accent do I have? I didn't even know that she thought I had an accent. The crazy thing about it is we were talking, we were drinking, and then like I was like, yo, I'm just going to shoot my shot. Before we even used the word shoot your shot, and I was like, look, I'm heading home. And we're gonna
What's up?
if you want to come with me, man, we could drink wine and just vibe because I really like you.
Was that the Netflix and chill before Netflix
I
and
guess
chill?
so.
Wine and vibe?
How crazy is this?
I've been home with people and they didn't fuck them. Because sometimes you don't want to stop. It's called a nightcap.
It was
you're
near
right.
Halloween.
You're right.
It was a couple of days before Halloween. How crazy is this? So all of a sudden, as I'm going out, I'm like, yo, meet me outside in 5 minutes. I go to my car. My man left with me, so he pulls up with his car. She starts going to his car. So I was beeping home like, oh, over here. Because she thought it was she thought that was me. But I was like, yo, my man about to steal her from me. You know what I mean? I bring her home. And she literally like says, hey, do you want to see my Halloween outfit? Like 5 minutes inside the house. We grabbed a bottle of wine.
Wait. I know it's one of the top 3 hoe outfits.
She comes out.
Cat, nurse, cop.
It was a cat.
What'd
she
I say?
come. No, but
I
here's the
knew
thing.
it.
She
I
comes.
knew
She
it.
comes out, and she had like this
Plastic holla ho.
the plastic skirt, like the patent leather skirt, and she pulled it up, and I was like, "Come on, man!" I just picked her up and brought her in the room. So here's the fucking thing. We started, and she was crazy, like talking like, "Yo, you ever had Indian pussy? Like, come and fuck this shit."
Was she hairy?
No. She
West
was actually-
Indian or East Indian pussy?
No, just Indian, East Indian,
Okay.
Indian. And she was beautiful, but here's the thing. So I started fucking her from the back, and I started smacking her ass. She said, "Smack my ass." So I'm smacking her ass, like, I got a heavy hand. She's like, "Smack it harder." So I'm like, all right. So this girl's telling me like I'm a concerned fucker. You know what I mean? like I'm not trying to hurt you, bitch. You know what I mean? So fucking like I crack her on her ass, and she's like, harder. So I'm like, holy shit. So now in my mind, I'm like, how fucking hard?
Now your hand stings
Yeah,
at this moment.
How hard do you want me to fucking hit you? So she's like, choke me. So fucking, I'm like, she goes, choke me. So fucking, she's like, choke me till I can't breathe. So I was like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah,
literally-
this a setup.
Literally, my dick went soft.
Passive Pete. What happened?
I can't get into that
What's
shit.
crazy is we had a guest, King Noir, on the show, and he said that there's endorphins or something in you, and you actually can orgasm harder when you do these. When you experience pain, the pain is pleasurable.
Asphyxiation,
I'm
like when
out
you're
with the
starting to
pain
lose
shit.
the air.
Oh no, I definitely
I'm out
asked
with
for
it.
And
my
that's the
ass to
thing,
be
right?
slapped,
So the
hair
pain that you
pulled,
get, like
all
from
of
your
that.
ass being
That's
smacked,
cool,
right?
like-
That's a sting.
That's cool.
You don't. It's
Yeah.
a difference when you're in, like your adrenaline is rushed and you get spanked, to when you're like if you spank me right here. It's a different thing, right? You have a different sensation. For me, I don't like a lot of pain. I don't have a high pain tolerance, but for me, it's more of the mental submission.
Okay.
Like, I like to know, like, I'm being punished. I like things like
So
that.
would you ever tell someone, say me and you would sleep on each other, would you ever tell me to choke you till you can't breathe?
She
No,
wants to be
I've never
pushed
handled
underwater to where
I've
she
never
can't.
I know,
done,
right?
like,
What the fuck am I
choking-
What
asking?
the fuck? She
What's
just
the matter
said
with me?
she don't want to breathe underwater.
I've
She
never
said
wanted,
that.
I've never wanted to be
course.
choked till I couldn't
For the
breathe,
record.
though. Because I feel like a man's hands, like, I'd never know. And I don't know how
the
to tap
water,
out.
you being held under the water. It's the same
I'll be honest
goddamn
with you.
shit.
What the fuck is the matter with me asking that?
Pisces.
If I
I
Fuck
thought
it.
about like
Fuck.
fucking
If I-
in a bathtub and like I'm just saying like you know what I'm saying, like I'm on top and then like maybe he pushes me down in the water a little bit, not like kill me, but just like scare
Well,
me.
when
Yo.
you get choked, he not gonna kill you. He just choke
Pisces
you a little
on that
bit.
kinky shit, man.
You better
I-
put scrubbing bubbles in the other hand and clean the
I'm just
bath
saying, I
right
watch
out
a
of
lot of crazy porn, and I don't want to imagine that, like, in my lifetime, I can't have porn that, like,
I
sex
hate
that I'm
porn,
watching.
yo.
Oh, you're bugging. I watch it
Okay,
every
here we
night.
go, here we go.
I watch
Who
it
do you
every
jerk
night.
off to? Fucking
Porn
dick
is
pics?
beautiful. First of all, Loopy, I got to
Webcams,
teach you.
baby. You
Oh.
fucking
I got to
control
teach you how
boys.
beautiful porn is. But before we get into that, I want to go around the room. I want to find
Tyrone
out.
fucking slaying
Come on.
Kaisha.
Nah.
Into that
Porn
shit,
is
man.
porn is good. But look, what I want to know is before you said something
This
about mind blowing
question.
sex.
Oh, God.
Mind blowing sex is what you said before. That you have had mind blowing
Yes.
sex.
I don't wanna get
We're gonna
too
go around
Pisces
the
on
room.
you, but-
No, we're gonna go around the room. This is for people who are listening. What the fuck is mind blowing sex?
Well,
right, and I know that could be different for everybody.
Right.
But what is it to you?
So I have a guy right now. His nickname is 24/7. It's mind blowing sex because he's one person who can literally call me at any time, 24/7, and I'll go to him. And it's mind blowing as in it doesn't matter where we fuck, what time we fuck, like where it is, at what point of day. It's fucking great.
Shit.
Like, so this is what it had me do. He put me in an Uber to go back home, and this is how it was mind blowing. I get to unlock my door, and I start, that was the best dick I ever had. And I'm literally starting to sing. And I'm like, am I really singing about this nigga's dick? And that's how I know. I had to check myself, like, I'm making up songs about this nigga's dick right now. This is not okay.
You-
And
that-
that's how you know
serious.
it's mind blowing.
Mandy, you are serious. What about you, Weezy?
I've
cried.
I've had good dick.
No, what's mine? You said
I've
before.
had good dick. Good dick is good dick, but mind blowing sex is like you have it with very few people, and I think it's just like when your sexual energies total fucking connect.
Absolutely.
Like I like motherfuckers to look me in the eyes, and I think they love me, but then they can slap the shit out of me.
Can they
I
kiss you too while they're fucking you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I like mind blowing sex that they're just like nothing that doesn't go. That like you can do anything you
How
want
you
to
feel
each
about
other.
the spit?
I love the spit.
love
Spit
spit.
in my mouth, spit on me, lick it up, fucking whatever.
Holy shit! You know,
Lick in your nose,
Loopy.
holes, right? I love
Lick
lick.
in
Wait,
your nose.
you lick noses?
My wines.
I mean, but that's
I be up
what.
there.
When did
what
you
the
start
fuck did
that?
you say? You lick?
You
on
lick
in your
noses?
nose?
She loves it.
Like
she
when the spit
fucking.
in her
She loves that
hole?
chicken, bro.
Like when I lick her nose holes, she loves
Your
that shit.
her
Is this a
nose
joke?
holes.
Nah, I swear to God.
I might have to have somebody do this shit
Yo,
to me.
I've
she
never heard
loves
of this
it.
one before.
Oh my God.
I don't like the ear thing, but
Yo, that one's. I hate.
oh, like we went too far nose over here.
Nah, yo, the
Fuck.
nose though. You,
Fucking
I'm
neti
telling
pot
you.
over here.
Yo,
Jesus Christ.
He's licking people's
trust me.
noses and the
Yo,
ears are too
no,
big.
not people's. Only my wife.
Okay.
She's the only one who experiences
Yeah.
that.
But mind blowing to me is when there's sex like no other because I can come like it doesn't take much to make me come.
Really?
I'm different.
You're a
than
lucky
that.
one.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm just saying, like, okay, like I could touch myself, like the dick could be good. Like I've
Yes.
come with a bunch of people, but
Now,
some,
do you come having sex? Because a lot of girls don't come having sex.
Yeah, I do.
I have before, but like I normally have to stimulate myself, which is fine. I can come from getting fucked sometimes. Like he'll have to touch my clit or I touch myself. It's fine. But mind blowing, I think, is just when like that orgasm is so intense that you might cry or scream or make the craziest noise. You're sweating, you can't breathe. Like that's mind blowing.
That's squirting to me.
I think. Let me give you my example. I think mind blowing is, and there's times I've had it where you have sex and you feel high afterwards.
Yeah.
Like literally,
Yes.
you feel like
Wow,
tingles
wow.
in your feet
Hell yeah.
and your body, and you're like, whew.
I've had
And
sex
then when
like,
you
where
get
I
up,
wanted
you
to
walk to the
smell like
left
that
a little
person
and to the
next
right.
day.
You're bobbling.
Yo, mind blowing.
When I've wanted to smell like that dick, like I've woke up in the morning and be like, I don't even want to wash this off.
See,
That's how good it was.
internet's.
I've been there.
Yeah.
What about you, Loopy? What's your mind blowing sex for you?
Mind blowing to me when I was like when they was riding me, like my heart skipped a beat. I swear
Are you
to
trying to be
God.
romantic? You
No,
fucking.
I thought I was going to
skipped
die,
hybrid Puerto Rican.
dude.
I get it,
I
though.
was like, yo, what the fuck? I didn't have no Cialis.
Actually,
man.
we probably shouldn't talk about this. My mom was fucking someone, and they had a heart attack in the middle of sex.
And they
I'm
died?
trying to tell
They
you,
didn't
dude.
die, but the
Episode.
ambulance
Yo,
came, and she
on
had
my
to dress
life.
him up.
Yo,
That was a
on my
great
life,
episode.
yo, on my life. My shit skipped the beat, bro. I'm like, nah, that wasn't normal. I thought I was gonna die.
Oh my God.
Shit,
I
that,
thought I was gonna die.
listen, that's a good way to go out.
I
Loopy.
get real wheezy sometimes during sex. I got asthma. I pull my inhaler out and be like, keep going. Shit.
Let me ask you something. What happens when a dude's dick doesn't get hard? Like, have you ever been in a situation that
To
happened?
me, so I'll say that it's normally not an arousal thing. I enjoy condom dick, and I have multiple partners, so I'm not fucking anyone raw. And 9 times out of 10, if a guy can't get hard, it's because he normally fucks raw.
That's
And
me, yeah.
Or he's on drugs.
I
the
was gonna
guys
say,
I
like, the
the guys
experience
I
I've
talk
had
to,
is they're probably
they're
high.
weed smokers. Weed doesn't affect
Yeah,
dick.
but pills and coke.
I
those
don't
guys.
deal with them
Okay.
guys.
You don't fuck with them.
I don't
Okay.
deal with druggies. No. But to me, it's normally a condom thing, and guys
Drinking
just don't
can
like
get your
to wear a
dick like
condom.
that, though. I don't know. Like, I've had a lot of dudes that
Hennessy
are just
dick
drunk.
goes forever. They can't feel shit.
What about
off
you,
drinking.
Weezy? One night stand. You ever do it without no condom?
Have I ever on a one night stand? No.
No. So you wear condom all the time? I hate fucking condoms.
I mean, you know what though? I think it's probably more of an issue for you
For
than
the
it is
culture.
a female. Like I use a dildo and a vibrator. That's a condom dick right there. It has a fucking layer on it, so condoms don't bother me. One night stand, I've never had it without a condom. I've probably fucked someone without a condom. I didn't want to, but honestly, now that I'm getting older, dude, I'll stop sex. Actually, I was just telling Mandy, I went back home for Thanksgiving, had a little thing go on with this dude.
Where you from?
And I'm from Florida. So, real nice dude, and he came up, and every time it just never happens, right? Or maybe he gets a little high and can't do it. So we get to his apartment. He had no condom, and I was so horny, and I was like, I want to touch myself, and I want to watch you jerk off, and like, you can come on my tits. Maybe I'll lick it off. I don't know. I was like, but we just gonna masturbate right now. And he was like, no. I'll go get a condom. No, this is good enough for me. Wow. And watching him fucking jerk off was hot to me. Matter of fact, the next day we postmated a condom. I still wanted to do that shit. It's sexy, like tasting my fingers, shit like that. Mutual masturbation is super sexy.
Let me tell you something, okay? And
Definitely.
There's just
definitely
other
for
shit
that.
you can do. I don't need to fuck you. If
Let
you
me
don't
tell
have
you.
a
Let me
condom.
tell you something. I'm gonna say this. I love my kids. I love my daughter to death. But and the only reason I say that for is because as a father, sometimes when you have a daughter, especially that she's older, you look at yourself, you say, "Man, I don't want to be a pervert." So I say that to fucking preface something else, man. Man, when a girl fucking puts her fingers in her pussy and licks that shit off, or you put your fingers in there, she licks it off. Fuck, man, you want to marry a bitch like that, man.
I know.
That shit is so
let me
fucking
tell
nasty.
you,
It's sexy.
The other night, I went to a holiday party with the dude I'm dating, and he was real tired. I don't know if he was like thinking about work. I'm like, oh, so you're not gonna fuck me? He's like, baby, like, just give me a minute, blah blah. I was like, no problem. I got right in front of the bed, got on my phone. He's like, what you doing? What you doing? What are you doing? Took my panties off, started playing with myself. He was staring at. I mean, like I've never seen him look like this. Like I was a new bitch. Came over, walked over to where I was at, and was like trying to lick my pussy. I was like, no, just sit there. Just like fucking, what was it, Wolf of Wall Street? His dick was so fucking hard. And I think masturbating is something that we don't utilize in sex a lot.
I fuck with it, man.
But we all should. Like, I love doing it with him. But fuck the other dude that I don't fuck with.
I
Like,
love masturbating, and I'll be honest with you. I think from a guy's perspective, it helps you out a lot. Like sometimes you be too thirsty. Like meaning like say if like I'm messing with Weezy, and I know that like I can't fuck her right now. And sometimes you go too heavy with her. Like I may be pressing you, or I may be slow down, jerk off, and you'll move better.
Right.
You know, meaning like even sometimes.
or
you
sometimes you don't have the time.
True.
You know what I mean? Morning sex, like, I mean, it depends. Like, if I wake up 7:15, got to be in the office by 8. No, jerk off right on my tits.
Damn.
I like that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a
You got a
gift.
sister?
It's a gift and a curse though, because you can actually jerk off too much to where you can only come by the sensation of your hand.
Bro, I jerked
There's
off
been
one
guys
time.
that do that too.
I jerked her one time so much that no cum came out anymore.
Really?
I swear to
Do you
God.
feel like
I fucked before so much. I'll never forget.
You know what? I've seen that. The dude I'm dating, like,
Nothing came out.
sometimes
Nothing.
I'll watch his face, and I'm like, is he faking it? And he's like, I don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm coming. And
Do
I'm not.
guys fake nuts?
Never. I never faked a nut.
Y'all
No,
never
no,
faked a
no.
nut?
Never faked a nut.
I don't think that's real. I think that's TV shit, bro.
I'll tell you one thing. The only thing that I ever did was, which I was fucking, I couldn't believe it. I'm fucking this girl one time. and I came so quick. and she's like, keep fucking me.
You took your hand?
And it was in the condom. I had a condom on. And I'm like, fuck, it got soft. You know when you don't have a dick, but at least I know.
Well, we can feel when it goes soft.
Yeah.
But
we can feel it.
And I was like, fuck, and I had to like, literally like, I became like Superman, like just trying to push myself to think of something. And I kept on thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. I was thinking of like girls in fucking high school that was fucking. I was thinking of like the first girl that fucking ever sucked my balls and dicks at the same time. And I had the Forrest Whitaker eye when she did that. Yo. And literally, I just transformed in the condom with the cum in there, and everything, and literally became hard again. Because I didn't want to tell her, like, yo, I came already, because she was enjoying herself, you know what I mean?
You know what this just made me think of? It's kind of random, but I've been, like, watching this certain kind of porn. So most men can't get it up after they fuck. I've been watching porn where I like watching girls get fucked while cum's on their face. So every time I've been fucking my dude, I'm like, dude, just try just a little bit. That shit's going to make me come crazy hard. Just like... fucking come on my face and then keep fucking me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it makes me feel like another nigga's in the room, like it's like this gangbang fantasy, like I got come on me. I don't know what it is in my head.
Did he do it?
He can't fucking do it.
Who wants to hear a nightmare?
Oh God, of course.
Let's hear your horrible decision.
So fucking back in the days, I'm talking about back in the days, I fucking took 2 Mollies. I get slid off from the club.
Oh boy.
The girl's ready. We go in the room. We fucking going crazy. My cock. Yo, I look in my pants. How my shit like turned into a pussy, bro.
Wait,
Yo,
what?
she lowered my pants. She was like,
wait, what?
Yeah, can I ask,
Yo.
are you circumcised? I'm sorry, my shit just came off.
hell no. I got a hoodie on, dude.
Okay, that makes sense.
No,
I've
I
seen a
got
lot
a-
of dudes
I
talk
got a-
about
I got a
so Mandy
champion
doesn't
hood.
like that.
I don't
shit.
deal
I
with
like
turtlenecks.
No,
uncircumcised.
but this is not, yo, bro, this dick is so big that you won't even notice it. Trust
Oh,
me.
okay. When you get hard,
Yeah,
got you.
this- you know what I mean? I don't want you to.
I have a thing. I love uncircumcised
I'm
dick though.
looking at
You
your
feel
crotch
more.
right now, Loopy.
You can make them come harder. Like
Yo,
it's fucking way better.
Dropped, and she was so fucking hot. Dominican joint. She slid me off from fucking Tale back in the days. Dude, she pulls my pants down. The shit was in. She was like,
Esta loca.
I was
Dale,
like, yo,
huevo.
It looked like you had 3 balls.
I was like, yo, please, I'm sorry. I did something I wasn't supposed to. Don't tell nobody on me, man.
Did
No.
that
my
Molly
God.
off that Molly? Listen. Let me tell
Too
you
much of
something.
that Molly's whack.
It's starting to heat up. It's starting to get sexy in here. We have Weezy and
Starting.
Mandy.
I've been
from
thinking
the
about Loopy's
Horribles-
wife. I don't even know what she looks like.
Horrible decisions.
Horrible.
Horrible decision podcast. The sexy podcast.
Thank you.
Okay, we got the one and only Loopy Blogger.
Woo! Thank you, Pete.
In here, man. Listen,
I had a blast.
Well, it ain't over. It ain't over.
Oh,
We're going to
okay.
break real quick. Internets, listen. Throw on xnxx.com. Throw on Pornhub. Throw on RedTube. Chatterbait.
Watch these
Ooh.
bitches stab
I
themselves to
had
death.
sex on chat roulette the other night. It was so much fun.
Really?
You remember that?
Yeah.
I was just like, look, you don't fucking want a regular fucking dude to come in here and fuck me, so we're just gonna have a dude talk shit to me, and you're just gonna fuck.
You got a good sexy one. One back in the day, you used to have those 1-900 fuck me.
Oh, the voice.
Yeah.
The voice.
You can make good money.
Me?
Yeah, we can make good money. We'll test out.
Thank you.
Wait.
I'm used to long
Wait,
distance
answer the phone. Go
relationships, so
ahead.
I'm
What
trying to
you
always
gonna
like
say?
hype it up.
Yo, you
Try
fucking
it out.
rule.
Improv.
You know, this might be why I do very good in tech sales.
You ready?
I'm always like, you sure you don't want to meet me?
Okay, the phone's gonna ring. Ready? So you're gonna
Hello?
say, "Hey, what you doing?"
Hi, Petey.
Oh man, I'm just. Actually, the guy's always kind of weird because he's like, I'm just.
What are you doing?
I'm just sitting here. Like, I wish you would tell the truth. Like, I'm just sitting here with my dick in my hand. You know.
What are you wearing, Petey?
Just wearing some boxers, Joe boxers.
Tell me about your dick in your hand. What's it look like?
It's pretty big, and I want to shove it in your fucking pussy.
How fucking
What are you playing? Internets, don't go nowhere. Be right back. Cheer.
Yo, what up, man? It's your man Victor Cruz here. You're tuned into the Premium Pete Show. Stay locked in. Peace.
Internets, and we're back sitting here with Weezy and Mandy from Horrible Decisions Podcast.
You got a really good voice. You
Thank-
can.
what?
You like my porn voice?
I
and
do
I
love
like
your
your
porn
radio
voice.
voice.
And my guy Loopy Blogger's in the
Sure.
building. You know, La Borro. Say
Pete,
something in
if we
Spanish for
ever
the people
have
speaking
sex,
of
do you like radio?
Mori. Y mira, te voy a decir algo, papi. Tú puedes hablar mierda de mí, pero a mí no me importa porque tú no me pagas los fucking biles.
There you go. There you go.
Estúpido, necio, mongólico.
What's that mean?
I just heard stupid.
Is that what your wife is
That's
saying to you?
it.
Because you sound like you went
She
off.
don't speak Spanish. She's Puerto Rican and Mexican, but she was like,
How does she
Like,
have so much Latino in her? She doesn't even speak
and
Spanish.
I'm the
like a
only Spanish dude she ever dated. Like,
You
she
a
was
Spanish
all-
ass nigga.
She was always like
I'm
a
looking
black
at you.
leather.
Like that
The
black
whole
cock.
outfit.
Nah, you crazy,
BBC.
baby? Nah, these is ACG Nike boots, baby.
But
I'm popping.
you look like one of them New York niggas, though. You
yeah,
really
I'm
do.
popping. I'm
He's a
popping.
Bronx nigga.
These are
Listen,
G-Star,
Loopy's from the
like-
BX, man.
I'm
Listen,
No
listen, we've been
surprises.
learning a lot here, and the internet's listening at home has been learning a lot.
I don't be doing like the Latin Kings and all that, the way they dress. Like,
Nieta?
I'm popping.
Nieta? Listen, threesome rules. I need to know.
We actually, so it's so funny. We had an episode on threesomes, and me and her
We've
are
had two.
we're
Number
both
two and 17.
we're both different with our take on them. So I like threesomes with friends and guys that I don't really have much feelings for, and she's an emo hoe. I think it's
I like
just
to be
all about
connected.
communication, honestly. To me, it's important for the girls not to get jealous.
Yes.
Or
It's important that both the girls want it. Don't just have you.
yeah.
So do you
absolutely.
feel that it's okay for like say if me and you were a couple,
Yes.
and we were gonna have a threesome? Should we probably go after somebody like that we'll never see again, or is it somebody?
Well, yeah, but I think it also has a lot to do with the trust, and it also has a lot to do.
depends what you're looking for.
It's super trust, and also who wants it.
Yeah.
A lot of times men want threesomes. I think it's like every man's dream to have a threesome, and I think it's important for the woman to genuinely want it too.
Well, it's very important that both the women are bisexual, I think. I've had threesomes with a woman who wasn't, and then ones who are, and to know that the two women are into each other is the biggest thing. Because you always
you
feel-
had threesomes, you and two other girls.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I'm saying with other. I've had a few threesomes, but I mean, I've had one with a woman who wasn't
any
bisexual.
bad experience?
Never bad. But the one where the girl wasn't like, she didn't like to eat pussy, or she didn't really understand. It wasn't really fun for
Yeah,
me
that bitch
because
is corny. Like,
you know,
what's
it
the
just
point?
it wasn't like she. I could tell she just wasn't as into women.
Yeah.
I don't think it had anything to do with me. I think she just thought it was hot for another girl to be in the room. She felt sexy. And that's the problem with a lot of threesome ideas. Women are like, my man's going to get super turned on and I'm going to kiss a girl and it's going to be hot. If you're not fucking into each other, then it's not that hot.
I think it goes beyond though
I
the
wanna
women
be all
being
over
into
each
each other. I think that the woman genuinely has to know where she's at mentally. So I was in a foursome, and it was 3 girls, 1 dude. And so my homegirl brought me in. We're all friends, and she was like, let's all just have fun. We're in Vegas. That's what fucking happens in Vegas. And in the middle of the foursome, she threw a tantrum because she felt like he was enjoying us too much.
I mean, what the fuck did she want?
Right. So whether there was kissing or whispering,
That's when you do
and
it just to please
he got
him. That's
he
the
got
problem.
a little bit
And a lot of women
like
do that.
she got really emotional, and literally it stopped. I don't even think he came because she literally ended up going to sit on a chair and got in a corner and was just no longer in it.
And he was still wailing away on you guys?
Well, we felt uncomfortable. She was
Wailing
over
away.
there, right? And so I let them two fuck because I wasn't really into him. I just want to eat pussy. Like when I get drunk, I just like females. So I don't really care to have someone else's dick that I really don't want.
Yeah.
I'm involved in the threesome and normally
Too much
dealing
drama,
with
right?
way too
Okay.
much. So I went over to her while he was fucking the other girl, and it was the whisper. She didn't like that. It looked like they were making love, not fucking. It was apparently too. So I think for a female who's interested in having a threesome with someone she's with, that's where she has to know that her security level is to where she needs it to be to mentally be able to watch her man please another woman.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all these sexual allegations that are popping up now?
Oh God. We haven't even talked about this on our show, and we have a sex podcast.
Honestly, I don't think it's my place to.
No, but how do you
It's
feel
just-
as a woman?
I have to say, there was something I overheard on the subway, and this guy was reading. He's like, "Oh, another one popped up. Must suck to be famous." And when I heard that, I thought, like, because now it's out there. But I mean, I'm sure any female that's listening to this, or even Mandy or myself, like, we've been spoken to in some way that made us feel uncomfortable from someone at work or school or whatever. So I feel like some of these women are empowered by saying it and feeling better, and if that's their way to voice it out, then fine.
Well,
a lot of men are fucking dirtbags.
Here's the same
and
question.
all of them aren't saying no.
Here's the same question within the question. Would you have sex with someone powerful if you know it will get you to the next level?
No.
Okay. But, there are people who would.
I'm going to tell you why. I don't know if it's maybe because of our work. I don't know if I could say the same if I was an actress. I'm not shading these women, right? Like, Have I had sex with someone that was spending a bunch of money on me and buying me things? Yes. So maybe that kind of equates to the same thing, which is why I can't really shit on these women, right? Because if I wasn't getting bags and shoes and dinners, would that have made him that appealing? Maybe not. You know?
Wait, guys are claiming dinners for pussy?
No. I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, the spoiling.
Yo, the best is when a guy, again, I had this happen one time, but I've seen so many guys that happened to, and I laughed. You know, guys will buy a girl a drink, and then she'll go, like, you know, like, salute her with you, and then go walk away, and I'm like, that might have fucking bought you a fucking drink.
Oh, they flip out.
Yeah.
But I don't accept drinks.
What the fuck do they want?
Yeah,
I'll accept
$20
the drink
drinks in here.
and I'm walking the fuck away.
Like,
It doesn't
she's
matter.
supposed to fucking hang with you the whole night.
I don't like
but
taking
this-
drinks from dudes that I aren't interested in at this point.
I don't give a fuck. If you want to buy me a drink, sure. But I don't give a fuck. Like, it is what
It's a waste
But you
of
know
time,
what?
Louise.
So Loopy is very active on Twitter.
Yes.
I've been following him for years.
I
Like,
appreciate that.
and then you have the Black Twitter hashtag comments and things. So even the $200 date that constantly comes up, and there's a thing, and it's an ongoing thing that men feel like they're owed pussy or owed something by a woman because they spend
That's
this money on a
immature.
dinner.
That's immature.
And to me, I think it's the same thing with a drink. I don't owe you my time or a conversation because you offer to buy me a drink. And for some odd reason, there's this value put onto these things because you spend your money. I have to talk to you. I have to give you my number. I have to give you pussy. No, and it shouldn't equate to that. It shouldn't. Men feel that way and then get mad when a woman does want something in return for whatever, you know, for the exchange. And so
Right.
I think that just because a man gets you a drink, it doesn't, we don't owe you anything.
I mean,
for that
of course
drink.
we don't. I think for me, I'm just kind of exhausted with playing the game with the drink. I feel like,
There's
you know,
no game.
the drink
Thanks.
is.
If I'm not
there is
interested,
a
I'm
game.
walking.
I'm sorry. It's not like it's non-existent. Women get the drink, and then we're so, oh yeah, I'm here with my man, blah, blah, blah. And then like, you know, you got to slide on out. I'm sorry, but $20 ain't fucking worth it anymore.
It's
Do,
not.
do you think that you need to give like a verbal consent for sex these days, or you think that would take away from the eroticness? Like, you know how
It's odd because me and her actually talked about, we both have kind of a rape fantasy.
Oh my god, I can't believe you fucking.
What I mean, we talked about it on our show.
So there is. Hold on, I want to stop you there. There's a such thing as consensual, non-consensual sex, and her and I both have talked about personally that we've had this rape fantasy of someone we know or whatever, like taking us down or coming in the house, fucking the shit out of us, and like the scary feeling. But to me, what we want is more of role play than it is a rape fantasy.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't really want to say it. I think our listeners are a little more open than I don't know about premium.
Role play sounds better.
You had D. Ray McKinnison on here, so I'm not trying to, you know, fuck your shit up.
But no, yeah, it's definitely to me. I don't know where how it could be misconstrued. Apparently, all of these people who are coming out with the allegations, there's clearly a miscommunication.
I don't know,
going
man.
on.
I'm gonna
Do
be
I
honest
have
with
to
you.
sit
I've
here and
had
say
sex
yes,
like
you can
when
fuck
I
me?
was in
No.
not high school, maybe college. Like,
let me tell you something.
well,
ahead,
because you're
girl.
saying that you don't think it
I
exists,
wasn't
but
then,
you
but
can
go
definitely
ahead. I
have
went
sex
then,
and
though.
not want it. Like, I think that it's real.
We don't step on each other over there.
I mean, I was trying to finish, and you
So
know.
go ahead, finish.
Go ahead.
No, I forgot where I was at. I forgot where I was at.
You're saying it doesn't exist. Like, women can't have sex and not, like, how is it?
I'm saying that you don't have to necessarily, he said, do you have to get consent? The whole, yes, I want you to fuck my pussy. No, you can't have it. Clearly, every time I have sex, every time all
You
of us
should
have
know
had sex.
about the vibe.
Right. So that's what I'm
You
saying.
should
Every
already
time
know.
we have. So I guess I
Right.
can ask you guys, what is consent to you guys? Because, so there was a story. I guess I'll go through one of the rape allegations that I heard of, and I was kind of just like, and I'm not going to victim blame. That's not what I'm doing. But I think that it's very important to, as a woman, not put yourself in certain positions. So this specific one, I guess she was one of the Backstreet Boys, was being claimed. Yeah, Nick Carter or Aaron Carter, one of those.
I thought he was gay.
Yeah. So apparently not, because it was a woman who said.
Okay.
So she went through the whole story on how it happened, and she's like, I went to his house, we were drinking. Then we went to a dark room and I sat on his lap. Then he led me to the bathroom and we started making out, and he was feeling on me and I kept making out with him. And so everything like that, to me, if we're dealing with someone, that could be very consensual to a man. And so I think that I don't know how she misconstrued. She felt like she was raped and she was taken advantage of. But everything about her story to me was, you went into the room in the dark. You were making out. You let him fill you up. You went into a bathroom. Then you went into a bedroom. And so to me, that would all seem like consent to me. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I want to ask you guys. What does consent look like from a man?
Once she pulls out the bottle of whiskey, which is Jameson, is a fucking go.
Oh, and a ginger ale, Jamie and Ginger.
Is a
I'm
go.
done with you.
No,
Love
but
it.
to be honest, like just vibes, man.
Vibes, right?
And like you gotta have a balance, man. You can't be aggressive. You can't be a fiend. You can't be thirsty. You just gotta go with the flow,
But
man.
see, I think that's
Going
very
with the
easier
flow
to
is-
say.
I love it.
That's the thing.
When you
though.
get pussy on the regular. Like, there's a lot of men out there that are thirstier than you think. It's easier for you to say
I know.
Yeah,
know-
but that's not only with sex. That's just anything. There's always guys that are extra live,
Right,
extra hot wired.
But I'm saying,
extra,
like, there's a lot
damn,
of men
bro,
that think women
like-
want it. I mean, think about the women that are walking down the street and dudes are like catcalling, or even men. I mean, I'm going to take
I
it
grew up
somewhere
in
basic,
Brooklyn.
but
I've seen it all.
something like, let's say,
Hey, yo, mama, come here.
That shit is
let's
bad
say
in
Instagram,
Brooklyn.
for instance, right? The way that men talk to me or Mandy and whatever. Dudes act like I want this because I'll post something about like my horrible decisions and blah blah blah.
Yes.
So now they have to talk to me like that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't necessarily mean I want it, and that's when shit becomes
Or the
thirsty.
unsolicited
Well, that's
dick
well,
pic.
yeah. Well, first of all, I would never do that. I don't send
A lot of men do that.
But
I mean,
but here's
They
the
crazy.
thing. Here's the thing. Unfortunately, we live in a world where, and it's been such a long time, guys could go sleep with five girls in one day, and they're looked at as a champion. And a girl
That's
sleep with
crazy.
fucking five guys, and she's a fucking
whore.
slut whore.
She's a whore.
Right.
That's crazy.
And that's sad, and that's something that I do believe, need some balance
I
and
think
need
it's
some
going to be kind of
restructuring.
hard to change.
But
something
at the
like
end
that
of the day,
because
too-
gender roles we find all of the time in different situations.
They be
very
looking at
consistent,
women
right?
like they're fucking.
I always use this one all the time that my ex used to tell me when I told him he wouldn't treat me fair. He says, if someone walks in our house and the lights are off, they're going to look at me. And if it's dirty, they're going to look at you. We cannot help how we have this in our minds. Think about when you open the door for women or when you got to pay. What you going to look like if you don't put your wallet out for a fucking dinner? You want to split it. Gender roles are kind of something that we can't get rid of.
Yeah.
And so that's why women can't really get away from this ideal that we can't fuck anyone. You know, I mean, it's almost insane. I have a girlfriend of mine that was saying she told her man, she's 28 years old, that she had a threesome before, and she's like, he looks at me like I'm disgusting.
Yeah.
And she's like, bitch, I'm almost 30. And it's real. Like, they want these women that are fucking virgins, and it's not going to happen.
He probably was, he
but you
probably was
also
just
want
mad
someone to
because it
know.
wasn't him. If it was probably him in it, he probably would have felt
Yeah,
different.
and then sometimes
But
a lot
there's
of
a lot
people,
of men that
men
are like
and
this.
women, are old fashioned. Bro, I have a friend that was dating this girl, and she put a picture on Facebook of like she was make believe like blowing a statue, like the statue had like one of those penises,
Right.
and she had her mouth over it. And he was like, bro, I'm not fucking with this girl. She's a heck. Like, no, he called her heck. I think he was like, I guess he felt that was disgusting. I forgot the exact word but he used, but I was like, bro, who cares? It's a fucking picture.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, I don't even know how people see things like that. Is she being tacky because she's outside in public? Is she not having fun, or is it too slutty? Like, what the fuck?
Imagine what I heard when I was doing labori. I heard it all. You a faggot, this, that.
What's
and
that?
You know, tell me who Labori is.
Labori was a character that I was doing, a female character. She was, I was one of the
one of my
first,
favorites is Marisa from the Lower East Side.
That's the guy. But like my inspiration was John Leguizamo growing up, Tuan Fu. Those movies are my shit.
Oh, they're great.
You know what I mean? But I was always a straight male, never fucking messed around. But
Stop lying.
Instagram came out, and I started doing the 15-second videos, and I made a character, Labori, that was based on my mom. And she was a fucking hit, bro. I got all the reggaeton artists to start hitting me up. Nicky Jam, Arcangel, Farruko. I was in the Choppy Choppy video. And everybody started seeing it. They were like, yo, this nigga's really coming up. And motherfuckers... And then a lot of people just seen it, and they started calling me gay. He's a fucking tranny, this and that. And I was like, dude, it's a character. You're just mad.
Dude, it's toxic
know what I'm saying?
masculinity.
I was about to say, I think it comes from people having this idea of masculinity and that you lose it if you do certain things. We actually talk about it a lot on the show.
I'm very sure
as far
about
as
myself.
anal play with a guy, licking ass, fingering. We've even talked about pegging and
What
how
the fuck is pegging?
So pegging is when a female wears a strap-on dildo
hell
and
no.
fucks the man.
Hell
Oh, yeah,
fuck
no,
no.
we're not doing pegging.
You're gonna learn today.
The most
But
you
you-
can do
but
is
you
shave my butthole and lick it. You know what I mean?
Shave
If you a
it.
licker.
Well,
So
see,
wait, you've never had a finger in your ass while getting a
Never.
blowjob?
I had the only time I ever had one time I was messing with this girl, and she had put a tongue. She was going down on me, and then she put a tongue
And
in my
you like
ass.
that shit?
And I was like, "What the fuck did you do?" And she's like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "Nah, do it again." Do it again. But don't fucking tell anyone. Don't tell anyone.
see what?
Keep it on the low.
I put my legs up in the air.
I love it when they do that. Look, he's
when I
really,
was getting my
can't.
booty shaved,
you
look,
lock
when
it
I was
behind
getting my
the
booty
knees?
shaved, I was definitely like that. I was definitely up like
Wait,
that.
so
yo.
she shaved your booty
Oh,
for you?
wifey is a champion,
Oh, she
man.
lit. I ain't
She
never
don't
shaved
speak
the ass
Spanish, though.
before.
Hell
She
yeah,
don't speak Spanish, though.
She was like, "What up, my nigga? How you like them edges, my nigga?"
And
So where were you?
well, I was just saying, like, things like that. So you had your ass licked before. You've had it licked and shaved. And so a lot of guys, especially in minority communities, feel like anything with their ass makes them gay,
Yeah.
even if a woman does it. And gay to me is two people of the same sex.
Exactly.
Like if you
And
want
so-
a dick in your ass, you'll get a dick in your ass.
Right, but
you wouldn't ask for a strap.
So wait,
Exactly.
so I mean, I don't even know why I'm asking this. Give me a breakdown. You have a peg?
I've
is
done
that
it. I
called
love
peg?
it. So I'm a dom. I
What does
You
that
said,
mean?
do you have it with you today?
No, I said, have you ever pegged someone?
So-
Stop trying to. I'm not getting involved in this pegging shit.
I mean, you have a video up, so I didn't know how fucking into this you wanted us to go.
Well, so she talked about her being submissive in the bedroom. I prefer to be dominant in the bedroom. And so I like to take charge. I like to be more directive. And I have fucked a guy with a strap on before.
Yes.
And it was fucking lit. I really enjoyed it. Who's that? Look, I'm like,
Somebody was getting ready to
it
be
was
picked.
it was
Motherfucker wanna get
it was
pegged.
it was very pleasing for me, and it was something that we did a lot of talking before we did.
Okay.
Before we did it, and of course it started.
Was
with
he
the tongue.
straight?
Yeah, he was straight. Very straight. Had never
So
been
he-
with a
If
man.
it's pegging,
So it's something
I'd
that you
never been with a
wait.
man.
Gay dudes
So
don't
it's
want
something
women
that
to
you
peg them.
convinced him to do,
It
or
was
he asked.
So we talked about it. It started off, with have you had your ass licked? Then we talked about fingers, and you got one finger, two finger. Then I was like, well, nigga, I want to open you up, and and then we got into
Did you have
could
him
I
on
do
his
a
back or
toy?
bent over?
I had him, and it's so funny because he was 6'11",
Holy
and I'm
shit.
5'1", and I actually had him on his back. I prefer missionary like that because I like to look at the dick while I'm
Okay.
it makes it
I see you.
And so it was enjoyable, it was pleasurable, but it was a lot of communication that happened prior to it.
Okay.
And it takes a lot of trust because you do have men who feel like they're going to be exposed, or men who feel like she won't look at me as a man any further. And so it's really making sure that both of you are comfortable and that he's comfortable with his sexuality. If he's straight, he's straight. He's not
Yeah,
feeling
but if
like
someone's
this is-
asking for pegging,
What was
Are
he?
they
Was he
straight?
white, Spanish,
Yes,
black?
why would
was
they
he
not
white,
be straight?
Spanish, black?
I only deal with black guys.
Oh, good.
So it's a little harder for me.
Black
because-
Twitter, what's up, man?
It's a little harder for
Black
me.
Twitter, y'all
Actually, I've
pegging,
only
man?
pegged a
Don't
black
do
guy.
that. Don't do that, Loopy.
Nah, white guy.
Damn it,
But no,
Twitter.
It's a little harder for me to convince or get into talking about that with black men. It's much harder.
No, hell yeah.
But
I
there's
don't know.
there's actually ironically a lot. I get
yo,
into
if you
these
started
questions.
messing with white guys, you'd be pegging all day, man.
White
Everybody had mad babies.
No, white boys don't give a fuck. They'd be like, dude, I don't know, but like maybe I'd be into it.
They're into
the
it, like-
finger's cool.
Mandy.
I'm down with a finger.
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
Uh-oh.
hold on,
Babies,
hold on.
What's up? Ask
I
away.
need to figure this out because
Yes.
you're saying, of course, they're straight. If
Why
they're
would they not be
asking-
straight? I'm a female. Their asshole has nothing to do with their
You have to
sexuality.
remember what gay man that do any
Let
of
me
us
tell you
know
something.
that's getting fucked by a woman with a strap on. They're getting
No, because
dick.
that means that if he's letting him peg her, he would get pegged by a guy.
he would.
No, that's
he
not
would
what
if he
that
wanted
means.
No.
it.
I don't
That's
know.
no.
I don't
we don't
understand.
agree.
I'm just trying to learn. You know what I mean?
So, and
But
that's the thing.
that's the thing too, right? So like the tongue.
I wouldn't
is,
judge.
The tongue is
I
okay
wouldn't
for you,
judge.
right? A lot of dudes out there think the tongue
Yeah,
is fucking
of course,
crazy.
of course.
So it's the same. It's just a different scale of what you would do
No,
with
the
your ass.
guys who say it's crazy are just not admitting.
I want to say one more thing about the strap on that a lot of people don't know.
Okay.
So like I've fucked women with a strap on and it looks like a dick, but when you're getting
What kind of
pegged,
women do you like?
I like very very girly.
Because you're
girls.
like slim and
I like girls
very
that kinda look
pretty.
like me.
What do you like? You
Feminine
don't
women.
you don't like any like men looking women?
It's
like
funny,
tomboys
neither
or
of
like
us- I
bitch
like feminine women too.
I think it's maybe because I like
Both
very
of my
masculine men,
sisters,
so I
both-
like very girly women.
Both of my
Okay.
sisters are gay.
Really?
And and you know,
Yeah, one of my best friends is gay too.
Like Butch?
and one of them. Well, no, the other. Well, see, I don't want to say Butch because I feel bad. God forbid they ever listen. But you ever watch wrestling? One of my sister's wife is Captain Lou Albano. I don't know if you ever seen.
No.
Yeah. It's you know what is it? If anybody looks that up, and you'll laugh at it. You
See,
know?
I like
Google that.
I like stripper vixen looking bitches, like big booty, big tits, small waist. Like
I ain't gonna lie. I like
those.
Wilhelmina model.
That shit is
looking
all
bitch.
Yeah,
expensive
I like-
as fuck.
Well, I get to fuck them for free, so it's lit for me.
Why do you get to fuck them for free?
Because I'm a bitch. I ain't got to pay for no pussy. The fuck? But if I were to go like for the, I do have a crush on Brittany Griner, but I think
Okay.
she looks like a dude.
Yeah, she does.
I love Brittany Griner though.
So with the
So
women,
hot.
the strap-on that I use look like a dick, right? But for strap-ons with men, they don't look like a dick.
They curve
They're
down
like
too to hit the
cylinder,
prostate.
Like they're very different shapes so that they don't look like a dick because they don't want a fucking dick. They just want the stimulation, and everybody always thinks it's so crazy that straight men want this. But you
what
think
does
all
he
these-
say? Like when you have put this, what is he saying? Fuck me harder.
Okay, so there's a verbal thing attached to it, but to me, I'm cool with him just moaning. I really like a
I've
man
never
who
had anybody
moans.
talk back to me.
When he's
I
getting
can
fucked,
moan without you pegging me.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but
I'm a moaner.
But to me, it's also stimulated for me. Like my pussy got super wet because mentally I'm in charge. Mentally, I'm like doming the man, and so it was a way for me to come. And it's a different sensation and a different orgasm for a
Yes,
man to
yes,
come while
yes,
his
yes.
ass is being played with.
I've
Shit.
never
The
seen
male
a
G
fucking-
spot is
They
in the
shoot
ass.
out like crazy. Like I honestly thought.
Oh,
it was
your
gonna hit
cum
the
will go
ceiling.
across the room.
Listen,
at
this
least
is
8 feet.
2018, so I'm not judging anybody. But no pegging over here, laboro.
You've telling me now
fine.
you've never had a fucking finger?
Never. I would. I wouldn't want
Your
it.
wife has. You look at her nose. I know she put that finger in there.
Listen.
When it starts with
She
listen.
tried to do the finger thing, but I was not with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm.
Are you worried about the pain?
that? And I'm like me. I grew up straight, man. Like I love
I mean,
girls,
but you
and I
know,
like
but
to
the
fuck.
dudes have. They grew. Nobody's growing up gay.
Nah,
I think there's
man.
this one thing, right? It's. You have this thing in your mind. You've been with her 12 years. You know
Yes.
she ain't leaving. You know she ain't
No,
going
but
nowhere.
look,
But you have
look,
this thing
I
in your
know
mind.
my-
You're like less of a man.
I was with her, like
you
no,
do
I wasn't
it.
with her. Well, I know her when she was 6 and I was 9. We totally grew up together.
That's that
Like, my
Spanish
best
shit,
friend. We've
Right.
been-
Same block
That's
type
my
shit.
booby. 4th floor, 5th floor.
See?
We used to have
She's
the
real kinky, man.
What's
And
that
I'll
called?
shit- if nigga, she'll peg the shit out of me if I was to bring this shit up. But I'm
Fabuloso.
like, hell no,
She'll
man.
break the shit out of
Yo,
me.
she's a fucking pegger, dude.
But she's also more. Do you feel like she's more dom and that like more dominant? She likes to give direction.
It's nice to be
She likes to
switchy.
tell you what she wants, or that's the thing, and that's something else I like to say. Sometimes I just like to switch roles. As far as sometimes I like to be the sub, sometimes I like to be the dom, and in that sense, you can do it.
You know
in
what?
the same
Well, she
sense.
never got to finger me or peg me, so I think, when she tried to do the little finger thing, she was trying to dom me. You know what I'm saying? So I never really let her get there. So
I think that's another thing. When I've done the finger thing, like I've had to make sure because these men, it's been a lot of first times for me when I do
Yes.
it. I can't really like start talking and make it this dominating thing. I just have to get on my knees, suck their dick, and then like ask them if it's okay. And as long as they feel like they're still in charge, that's when I think it's been easier for me to do it. Like I've never sat there and like fucking finger bang their ass. And I think that's the thing though. I think you can't just fucking do that. And as long as they know they're still in control, they're more comfortable. And I think the pegging thing too, like it you do have to get very vulnerable to fucking be on your back or bend like that shit is not
get on
easy.
all fours.
I've actually never bent a dude over. They've only
Let me ask
they've only been on the back.
What does? Again, I don't want you to lose your thought.
No. I was just gonna say how she said she'll ask in the middle of sex. To me, it's all communication prior.
I mean, for
so
the finger.
I'm very big on
Not pegging.
knowing. I'm a pleaser, so I want to
I
know.
don't whip the
like,
dick out like, oh, you having fun? Hold on, let me fuck
I
you in the
love
ass.
pleasers. I consider
like,
myself
I'm,
a pleaser.
I'm a pleaser, so to me, like. Guys like different things. Like I have a guy who I know who hates hands while he gets a blowjob, and I have another one who wants both going while the mouth is on it. And so I'm really big with knowing that different things please different people. So the one guy who I deal with pretty much only right now, he loves his balls sucked. He likes both of them at one time if
That's
he
what
can.
you do, girl.
So like
Suck away.
he loves his balls sucked. I know another guy,
Suck
it
away.
tickles him. He hates it.
Yeah.
And so he fucking hates it.
I love
and
my
so
balls
to
sucked.
me, you have to talk. You if you're gonna have sex with someone, You need to talk to them. You
Yeah.
need to ask what pleases them. What
Yeah.
is a no? What's
y'all got to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Listen,
For sure.
sexual connection is more than just a dick and a pussy.
1,000%.
Yes.
But let me tell you
Yes.
something.
Yes.
What I want to know is this. What does it feel like when you orgasm? For you.
So to me, there's different orgasms for women. I'll say my best orgasm is squirting. I've cried,
Squirt
like my
away.
eyes have watered, and it's literally an orgasm where for the next day, probably the next 24, 36 hours, your pussy feels numb. Like it's one of the best feelings. And then once you squirt once, you keep squirting.
Yeah.
So
it's like a fountain.
And it's wonderful, and that's why I don't want to do it in my bed.
Sheets
ever.
get all
Can
wet.
we get a hotel room if you're gonna make me squirt?
What about you, Weezy?
I'm trying to think. I've cried from orgasm, sure. My clitoral orgasms they can be very quick. Like I can make myself come and be like, oh, that was nothing. Or it can be a buildup. Generally, like the way that I come really hard now, and the dude I fuck knows it, he goes down on me, blows on it, that gets it even more like it's super sensitive, then he fucks the shit out of me while it's like super swollen still.
God bless
and
you.
then I fucking come again, and it's like great. I need like 3 comes to make it like the
I just want to give you an example. I was messing with this girl one time, and we were kissing on her neck, sucking on her nipples, and it was beautiful. I went down, spread her legs wide open, and I spit on her pussy. And she said, "Did you just fucking spit on my pussy?"
Yo, a lot of women don't
And
like
I was
that.
Why?
and she was like, get the yo.
Why was she mad at that?
She
Did you ask her?
bugged the fuck. No, she said, "What do you think? I'm like some fucking whore?"
Well, or some women.
I wish
too.
I had you guys there too.
I wish you were
defend
there.
me,
You
shit.
could have helped me.
A lot of women too feel like when a man does that, they're maybe not wet enough.
Yeah.
And so for a woman,
Stop
if I'm
rushing.
already wet, right. I think a lot of men do that. They don't wait for
I don't know, I think
a
the spit
woman
is hot.
to get wet.
Perfect question as we wind this episode down. What is your favorite kind of foreplay? Reason why I asked that for is because as we're talking about this, a lot of men just want to put their dick in your pussy.
Hate it.
Right.
Put your dick in put their dick in your mouth. Whatever. Foreplay is everything. Maybe the fucking massaging of the back. I'll never forget one time I was.
That's a trick, not foreplay.
It is a trick to
That's
get
a
in.
trick.
If you know you're gonna get
That's
fucked
a
up.
But it
motherfucking
feels
trick.
But at least get a massage
right?
while you're at it.
And then they just go
Slip
down,
in.
There's a
spread the
lot of
cheeks
people that
open.
don't
It's bullshit.
appreciate like sensual sex anymore, and that's the problem. I think. I mean, and you're not a millennial, are you? No. So this millennial sex is like, oh well, let me not go down on you because I don't know what you got and this and that.
Oh
Why are you
my
even fucking
God,
people that you can't go down
exactly.
on? And that's
Grow
why
up.
I don't really enjoy one night
Grow
stands
up.
because I
Exactly.
want to feel like I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
Sensual sex, even if it leans into kinkier sex, like these are the things that really turn you on, and which has a build up to orgasm: touching, licking, foreplay, blowing,
You
biting.
got to lick it.
A lot of hands though, and a lot of people don't touch anymore.
Cocaine
Honestly-
be having these bitches wild, and you can do whatever you want.
So
Yo, these cokehead bitches be wild, and you give them some coke, man.
Do you
finger
still
me.
sell coke? What the?
No, I'm telling, but you could get it.
This is an ad.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Back in the days, yo, coke makes bitches horny, bro, and these bitches. That,
Yeah, I mean, it is still.
Now,
I've
act
heard that. I've
bougie.
heard
I'm
that
telling
part.
you, pretty morenas, like little Nicki Minaj looking joints, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this in
Loopy,
the
you
cut.
are a sick fucking bastard.
Something
I'm
about
in
you
the
feels so
cut.
dirty. I don't know
I'm in
what
the
it is.
cut.
Every
Yo,
time I look at him, he's
I'm
like,
a Scorpio.
When I'm doing
He's gonna
this,
jerk
I
off
get
to you
the
tonight for
pussy.
sure.
I'm scared.
I'm done.
So
Yo, who's getting in the elevator with us?
finish that. Finish your best. What is your favorite kind of foreplay? Both of you's answer.
Oh, I like to make out, and then I like to be licked all over. I like when someone goes down on me, but I like when they lick me all the way from the fucking neck down.
Yo, get that nose,
Get my
lick, baby,
titties.
trust me.
Get the
What
fucking
What about you,
my
Mandy?
stomach.
Nose.
I love when someone's sucking on my fucking tits and
God
licks
damn!
me down.
Stop it.
It's the best.
See, it's. I think because I'm such a pleaser, I get foreplay for me is giving head. And there's a guy who, the one that I deal with now, like I get so wet. I don't care for head. A lot of people don't know how to fucking do it right anyway, so it's a fucking waste of time. I'd be like, all right, get up, like you ain't doing shit. So pleasing a guy, and while I'm giving him head, the talking, the moving of my
What's the
head.
nastiest thing you ever said to someone to get them off?
Oh God.
Like
The
the
nast-
nastiest thing you ever said to someone to get them
Oh,
off?
God.
I don't think I could. I don't know. What Loopy? I'm sure Loopy got. Let me lick your nose.
Oh,
What's
not that I wanted to,
don't
but I had
know.
a guy that I went
saying
to
some
college with that really wanted to fucking reenact that scene. And like
From
he kept
what?
doing it, and it like just us being in class together. We fucked later, like years later, and he was like, "Yeah, you want to fucking write on that little paper? What were you writing? Were you writing dirty things?" And it was this whole weird, like kinky fucking student fantasy.
You want to fuck me in homeroom?
Yo, that shit is
it
the
was
best
so
though.
weird.
It's the best. I
You know
love
what?
it.
People remember moments, man. You know what I mean? Like moments are
Memories.
everything. I'll be honest with you, bro. Let me tell you something. I love fucking. I love jerking off. Like
I'm
I said
getting so
before.
horny. I'm about to like. Do you see me right now? Look
No,
at this.
I don't
want-
see
I want to know.
Chatterbait.com,
I'm
baby.
Like, I just said, "What you doing?" Because now I don't know if it's him talking about his wife, you and your Chinese lady dick, rub and tug. What the fuck is going on?
Nah, I will say this, bro. You know, jerking off, you know, obviously it's a beautiful thing, but, you know, my mind is always wandering.
Yeah.
I think of old girls I used to mess with that we had amazing sex with, or just things like sometimes to get off, I got to think of totally different things. That's why I said, what's the nastiest thing you ever said to someone to get them off?
I don't like. So the guy that I guess he'll be like, "I want you to come catch this nut." Or I'll be like, "I just want to fit both of your balls in my mouth right now. What's up?" Like, and we normally, what's up?
What's up?
It's
You with it?
and it's really just knowing again what someone likes and hitting that nerve. So, I mean, you know,
What about texting or sexting, so to speak?
That's what
what's
I
the
do.
dirtiest thing you ever sexted somebody?
oh, I've done a whole paragraph and did a whole scenario as far as what I want to do, how I want to lay them
Videos,
down.
everything.
Really?
I was
You
like, don't
like a
piss me.
Like a book.
sex
It's
log?
like almost like a
I
book.
stuck my
Like
fingers in my panties at work once. I opened my legs, took the picture of it, and then he was like, "Tell me what your pussy smells like." And so I fucking put the camera up and put them up to my nose, like in my mouth, licked it off and shit. And I remember the video because this nigga always holds it against me. Someone walked by me and said, "What'd you just eat?" Because I was doing this. And I was like, "Oh my God, fucking Krispy Kreme, dude. Fucking crazy."
Krispy Kreme don't. Let me ask you
I didn't know what else
something.
to say.
Do you both?
Why else would you lick your
do both
fingers?
of you? When you grew up, is your father's around?
Yeah.
hers is mine. Mine was around, but he was
You have a good
the
relationship with him?
ATM.
Okay.
He was child support. He got us the name brand stuff. He got us the electronics.
Trying to see if sex
Sure.
brings your
that,
daddy
that,
issues.
that's how he was the
The
dad.
guilt feeling. I know.
No, but that's how he was the dad. He was around. We saw him every 2 weeks, but I met all his girlfriends. Like, you know, popped up.
Do you feel like you had a good relationship with Dad?
No,
Okay. Do you think that led to you ever trying to find men to be like?
but I don't.
Okay.
I
No,
have,
I'm
I have-
asking.
Yeah, to me, I have self love, so I don't go and search. Like, I don't even serial date. I'm very strategic with who I give my time to. I will say it has made me know what I want out of a man. However, it's also deterred me from not really accepting no from a man. So if I want something, whether it's money, whether it's a gift, whether it's anything, my daddy never told me no, so I don't really accept no from men. So I'm a spoiled brat in that way. But the emotional connection, it probably is harder for me to get with a man because it's really just, you know, kind of transactional.
Yeah.
To a point, like I get what I want. If I want you to fuck me, come fuck me.
Sure.
If I want you to give me money, you need to give me money and not tell me no. If I want to
Sure.
give you,
Fuck him,
So,
man. I
yeah.
guess that money. You know?
Hey.
What about you, Weezy?
My parents are still married. My dad was a great dad. I don't know. I don't really think my sex correlates to like my personal life, like family life.
Would you ever want your father to listen to your podcast, Horrible Decisions?
I told my
Our
dad about my
moms came on.
podcast.
Really? Your mother's came
Both
on?
of our
They're
moms came
people's
on the
favorite
show.
How's your
episode.
mom? Your mom, if she looks anything like you, man, she'd be a nice MILF, man.
Aw. My mom is
Come
in
here,
her
Mom.
60s. She's
Fuck
an old
you,
lady. Honestly, I've told my dad about my podcast, and he's laughed. My dad's a lot older. My mom's 66. My father's 80. He's laughed. But the thing
God
is,
bless.
I think that it's very different. You know, I hate to say it like this because I really don't want to shame sex workers, but this is something that I do in my spare time. This is not my life. I don't do porn and I don't escort or anything like that. So it's not this shameful, quote unquote, you know, traditional thing to be ashamed of your kid doing.
Sure.
My dad knows I take care of I take care of my family,
Sure.
you know, with my work. And so he's proud of what I do. So to know that I talk about sex, is he shocked? No. I'm an extroverted person. I mean, it's a comedic thing. He's always felt like I grabbed attention in a room, so I think he's not shocked. My dad doesn't know what a podcast is. He says, you know, she have radio show about sex.
She talk about the big dick.
She talk about sex. I don't know what she do. Her mother
No
come on the
pegging,
show.
no
It's
pegging,
crazy.
no pegging.
She talk about the nice man living the asshole.
You know, she fuck black guys, you know.
But yeah, her mom came on and was like, I'm so proud my daughter's the best dick sucker I know.
Holy shit.
And my,
I wanna...
yeah, like you got to listen to those episodes.
My mom
They literally
was
came on.
hilarious.
She
Oh,
said it was
I'm
hilarious.
My mom
definitely
actually, one of
subscribing.
my
Let me tell you
favorite
something.
moments ever on our show.
Weezy, hold on. Your mother's the real MVP.
She is.
What'd you say? One of your favorite moments on the show?
At the end of the episode, I was dating a girl and a guy at the same time. I had a relationship, a 3-way relationship. It
Look
was
at
amazing.
you, baby. Look at you.
And my mother, I said to her, what if I never got pregnant? What if Colette got pregnant and they had a kid and that was your grandkid? How would you feel about that? And my mom said, I just want you to be happy. I don't care. If this is not traditional,
Dope.
if this is your lifestyle, like, whatever.
That's a
my
good
grandkid
mom.
too. She
Right.
really is. And a lot of people think what mother could let you do this? When I heard her in that moment, I was so proud of her because it's not just a sex thing. Like, she knows
She's
I have
not
a different
brainwashed.
lifestyle.
Yo,
She
no-
knows I'm a good person. Like,
Exactly. She knows
Yeah.
you.
right.
I don't want this to sound crazy, but I've
love
been
your
watching
mom.
porn for a long time. You ever see like the mother and daughter with the?
I
The
can't do
taboo
it.
porn.
Yeah.
step-
We
Even
talked
though
about
step,
that.
it
The
freaks me out.
stepdad.
Would you ever do that with your mom?
Hell no. Absolutely. That's why I can't even watch
It was
it.
a great time with you,
And
Pete. Thank you
thanks for
so
bringing
fucking
us
much.
on the show.
Loopy, it's
The
been
wind
real.
down.
And we've got to go.
Yeah.
This turned into the white people shit, WPS, that I thought it would.
No. No.
No MILF sex. Not fucking my mom's, yo.
After I say this nice fucking
Definitely
sentiment.
not.
And would you ever fuck her too? What the
Hey, listen.
What color's her asshole?
fucking dirtbag?
Hey, listen. I'll give a last story. When there was a Spanish girl I was messing with many years ago, and her mother was hot as hell, and her mother always used to walk in on us having sex. And one day,
Oh my
when that wine was flowing,
Oh my god.
when that wine was flowing, doggy style on the girl I was fucking with, while she was eating her mother out, man.
Wow.
Lying.
This is
You
too
are
far.
lying.
I have heard it.
I
all.
believe him.
Sit
He's
down,
verified.
sit down.
Are you
Sit
fucking
down.
kidding me? And you let it happen?
Yeah, her mom's and daughter. That was a beautiful thing.
Real fucking mom.
I was a notch under the belt. What are you
Yo,
talking
that's
about?
big. That's
Real
huge.
mom. Mom was sexy.
That's huge.
No.
Mom was
That's
sexy.
She ate the mom out?
Yeah.
That's some nasty shit.
Disgusting.
That's
This is what the fuck?
I should have changed it to stepmom to make you feel better, but yeah,
I was ready to go.
Stepmoms be getting around, man. You never watched those stepmom porn shit with the stepsons?
Are you lying to us
I
for fun? Is this for
cannot.
shock
No, it's
value?
not for shock
What
value.
fucking Spanish country was this?
It's Brooklyn, baby.
Brooklyn. That's why I don't deal with Brooklyn.
Okay,
How old were
okay.
you when you let this happen?
Okay, 21. It's maybe
God.
like this is a long time ago. Listen, lastly, there's so many questions to ask you. Loopy has been great, man.
Yo, I
great.
Loopy's
appreciate
been
y'all for having me.
amazing.
Thank you,
Horrible
man.
Decisions is a
Yeah,
great
we love you on our
podcast.
show. Shit.
Nah, definitely.
We've been talking.
Yo,
Yeah,
can you bring
yeah,
your wife
yeah.
on? Can we
Of
guys?
course,
Can we
hell
interview you
yeah.
guys about the sex you have? That'd be
Of course,
great.
Of course.
Listen, where
course.
is one of the craziest places you ever had sex in? I feel like people don't really reveal that as much anymore.
I gave
Like in the
head
park,
in a
outside.
church.
What in a church? Wait, hold on. You were about to fucking get up because I told you I was making
Right.
a daughter and a mother.
First of all,
it's not my fault that they're
I'm
fucking
Jewish.
sick.
All right, it doesn't count. Milan Domo Church. Dunmo, I think that's how you called it. You know what I'm talking about? You're Italian.
Fucking Dunmo. I don't know what Dunmo is.
Whatever. It was one of their big, nice churches, and he was like, I don't believe in God, so anyway, he was like, I feel so dirty in here, and I was like, me too, and I sucked his dick.
Really?
Not enough to he came, but I did it.
Nice.
Just to be,
Fucking
quick
Jesus
thing.
is looking
But
down
you know
at
what?
you
I
right
always had
now.
a fucking thing for church girls when the cross is
Like
going
nuns,
down in
you
the
mean?
tits. Like it's
Not
just
nuns, no.
because I just don't believe in the whole
Whoopi
thing.
Goldberg, watch out. From fucking Ghost.
I'm thinking about the Cruel Intentions bitch. How she had the fucking cross necklace. I'm like, this bitch is I love it.
What about you, Mandy?
I was young. It was a TGI Fridays parking lot.
Oh my God.
But it was outside of the
In a
car.
car, or-
It was outside of the
Shit.
car. And
Gutter.
not only
Like,
that,
you know what? This is too small.
it was on Sand Lake. So I drive in Orlando. So it was mad people, families and TGI Fridays. And I think, we just wanted the excitement, knowing cars were driving by. Yeah, we definitely did it outside.
That's dope,
Listen,
man.
I'll tell you one thing. Besides hearing crazy stories from everybody involved in this podcast, I think there's a lot to learn.
Of course.
For people listening, especially girls who are listening, or guys who listen that could tell their girl, what's your favorite blowjob technique? You have anyone that you could share?
I love going down on the dude I'm dating is uncircumcised, and they have way
Oh,
more
so he has a lot of
sensitivity.
fucking.
But they come harder, and they like feel it. Like it's just such a difference when you're sucking a dude's dick who's uncircumcised. And I love taking.
Yeah, but it's got a lot of lint inside there, right?
Yeah,
Definitely not. I clean this
you a
dick.
fucking 12-year-old?
I
You don't know how to
clean
clean your
this
dick?
dick.
You got lint in your belly button too?
No, I clean my belly button.
Listen,
okay.
dirty dick
I
is a
walk
dirty
around
dick.
with fucking rubbing with alcohol pads.
I think a lot of women just put the dick in their mouth, and I think they have to realize you have to suck. Like it's called sucking dick. It's not putting the dick in your mouth. And then just making sure that it. I haven't met one guy yet that said they like dry head. So the number one tip is clearly spit. Make it wet.
Okay.
Make it nasty.
Yes,
Make it
and
dirty.
no
I
fucking
like the
teeth.
performance.
And
I hate teeth.
Yeah. And I
If
got
you
big
could
teeth.
remove
is
I
that
had to
not
learn.
a
If you
young
could
thing,
remove
though?
your dentures,
I'm
take them
done.
shits out.
I'm
Yo, I used to watch Hookers at the Point. Do you remember that show on HBO where the
All
hookers used to
day,
suck dick?
all
And this
day.
one dude, she goes, hold on, let me put my teeth in. He goes, no, leave them out, leave them out.
Gum job.
Yo, those are legendary.
Yo, let
gum
me tell you
jobs.
something.
No,
You
I
meet
like
a girl
the hands,
with
and I like to
dentures.
pull it up to like the skin to the dick, because
Yeah.
then they feel it like back and forth. Like, oh my god, niggas.
Well,
are
you
pregnant.
asked us. You guys are the ones receiving. So I guess for the listeners, male, and female,
yeah, sure.
What do you guys want women to do when we suck your dick?
Hey, I'll give you an example.
Eye
I'll give you an
contact.
example. One, don't put your teeth on my dick.
That's
first
really
of
a
all.
thing?
That's
No.
one. Don't.
Oh,
Bitches
my
be
God.
It must
biting
really
dick.
be a
No, not
mistake.
biting,
Both
just-
Bitches
said
need to
that.
grow up. Bitches need to grow up.
Yo, I'm gonna say this.
Pinky bitch.
Don't put your teeth on my dick, right?
Uh-huh.
Like you said, suck it. But more importantly, I will say this. One of the best things in the world. That's why I said that's where I got the Forrest Whitaker eye when they do that. Is when a girl sucks your dick and licks your balls at the same time.
Don't
That
forget
is
the
like
balls.
hitting a jackpot slot
Yeah, it's
machine.
legendary.
As I have been told I've given the best head that a dude's ever had, but I will say one critique for myself. I know I forget the balls a lot because I
Yeah.
know how
Well,
good I am
don't
at
listen.
sucking
They-
dick, but I forget that
Don't
they're
leave
Not
them.
me.
They're there.
Yeah.
Don't pay
I know.
attention.
They matter.
The
They matter.
second like
They
a dude
matter.
opens, like I literally take the dick out and I'll be like, I'm so sorry.
But that's
I
also the
totally
way
Balls
down to
matter.
the asshole. So I'd be like, in between the gooch. Gotta get
gooch,
the gooch
the gooch,
area.
yeah. Or the taint,
I'd be
the
ready.
taint. The
I'd be
taint.
ready. But yeah,
Yo,
no,
we
the
have
balls
some
is a
listener
nice
right
thing.
that said like, oh my god, I just wanted to tell you guys I sucked a dick and I got in this gooch. It was great. Thank you.
I fucking
We
pegged
have
him
a
as
top 10
well.
blowjob
Stop
tip
it.
episode that we
It takes
can
time.
do.
Well,
It
listen.
takes time
As
for
we
that.
as we end this episode, and I mean, we asked you a lot of questions. Loopy wants to know what color assholes you got. Is there
Yeah.
any questions you have for guys, or any other questions you have that you want to know?
You can ask me anything.
Well, I know. It's funny because I don't think we've ever been on. Well, we
The other
kinda
side
have.
of it, you
We
mean?
Yeah.
kind of have.
I've got one. Kind of happened to me in Miami this weekend. Very random. Y'all are probably not going to wonder where this came from, but I would love to know the fascination with and why attractive men and men with money are very turned on by hookers and escorts. What is it?
Have you guys ever paid for
They're-
pussy?
Yeah.
Well,
when I
rub
was
and tug.
younger, I did that like a little pussy.
But to this
What
day,
did you
like,
get from it?
Pussy.
Nothing. I come and just
do you
shorty
feel
kept
like
it
you're
moving.
empowered? Do you
No,
feel like
no
there's
way,
an
no way.
exchange?
You know, I had-
was just
yeah.
younger when those back in the days. But you asked something else. What did you just ask? Oh, why do they like that? Because these guys are bozos. They're jocks. They're the football players. Oh, they got money. They got cars. They got jewelry. So they control these girls like puppets because they can't do that with real people. Half these guys that like have these cars, the jewelry, and all that, they can't even hold a conversation.
Very true.
Straight fucking morons. So they're hiding behind jewelry
Right.
and they're hiding behind cars. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they like them bitches.
And then last question, maybe something that neither of you have shared on your platforms, because Loopy, I know you have a podcast, and I doubt this has come to you. Are there any kinks that either of you guys enjoy? What's the freakiest thing you guys think that crosses your mind, or are you guys into any taboo porn besides the mother and the daughter? What would be something that maybe you haven't shared before that would be considered kinky to your guy friends? Or
yeah, like, I'm pretty simple, man.
I
You
mean,
see,
I guess
did
the shaving
nose
of the
and-
asshole and the
yeah,
nose.
that's old though. And then the nose licking. I'm pretty simple, man.
He
I
said
like
nose
to-
licking.
I like to, but like when I fuck my wife real good. Like
There you
I
go,
fuck her
Loopy. There
good.
you
I
go.
fuck the shit out of
Esta
her.
loca.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck her real
Dale,
good. I fuck her real good.
You know, I would say it's something weird until you come. And what I mean by that is once I come, I wake up. It's like, what the fuck you doing?
Oh shit!
exactly.
I used to like to ask certain girls hear about other sexual stuff because I love talking. And
Oh
it'll
my
get me
God,
off.
yes.
So meaning like should I, what happened with your ex-boyfriend? He used to fuck the shit out of me.
had someone on the
Yeah.
show.
And I
She
used to
was like,
love
I
that
can't
shit.
take
Not
it.
not for the guy, but just to be like just to know that she was getting off, like beside someone with me, it just turned me on. And then I'll never forget, like I would come, like because I would pull out, and then she'd be like, and he was, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to hear about this shit no more.
We had a guest on the show, and they would call it story time, and literally when they got into sex, the guy she was dealing with at the time wanted to hear about her fucking other guys. And she's like, it got to the point where it was just like, bro, I can't do this every time we have sex. But that's what turned him on. He wouldn't want to have sex unless there was story time.
Do that, Pete?
I've had both that happen.
Too.
I've had that happen where a girl say, "Yo, I can't do this every time," because I got used to it. I became like, I'm a creature of habit.
That's what happened with her. Yeah.
Like,
that's
I
crazy.
talked to my lady about, you want
Pervert.
to suck her pussy and you want to lick her ass while I'm fucking you from the back, shit like that. We're fucking dirty like that, but never like.
You don't want to hear about another dick.
So when I was dating someone that was long distance, so back and forth in the summer, he was in Europe. And when he came home, I was like, tell me how you fucked that little slut when you were in blah, blah, blah. Tell me about that little Russian fucking whore. And what you did.
What
Did you do this, blah, blah, blah. Did you fuck her like you fucked me? And then, like, if he was fucking me too sweet and I got tired, I know, fuck me like you fucked that little hoe last night.
Yeah.
And he fucking got off on it. Like, and I do too. I love it.
Hey, listen, getting off, man, that's a big thing. Internet, let me tell you something. In life, okay, every day there's struggles, there's shit going on. Get the fuck off. Okay, just if you have to masturbate, if you're a girl, put the fingers inside.
Get off.
If you're a guy,
Do it at
fucking
work.
jerk your bird. You know what I mean? And get off, because I'll tell you one thing: once you come and release, it's such a better feeling. And I do believe that if you're looking for somebody that you really care about, come and then see how you feel afterwards. Because I do believe you need to. If you could talk to a girl and vibe with her and bullshit with her and. You know, afterwards, that may be a girl that you could really chill with for a long time.
Exactly.
But there's nothing wrong with a girl you're only going to mess with one time. Stop slut shaming people, especially Mandy and Weezy from Horrible Decisions
Hey,
podcast.
go ahead and follow us. Check
Listen,
us out.
definitely. Make sure
Listen,
you
they're on
follow
all
them.
major podcast platforms. Horrible Decisions. I fuck with them. I like them. Loopy Blogger.
I'm
He's out
definitely
there.
subscribing. I'm fucking with them. I love them.
Hey.
Loopy's still on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube. I'm on fucking iTunes. I'm on SoundCloud. Just search the Loopy Show. I'm on Twitter. I'm back on. I'm on Twitter. Loopy
Mejente.
Blogger.
You on Mejente?
Nah.
Yo,
man, what? I used to,
Listen,
I used to
What
kill
can
me.
they mean?
It's like a
my
Spanish
people.
dating
It's
site.
like Black
My
Planet
people.
back in the day.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Beyonce
was.
on
I
it
was
now, so
on
I
it.
know the
I was
song.
on it.
That's exactly what
And
it
then,
was.
I guess if you're on Instagram, you can follow our Horrible Decisions page at horrible_decisions.
We put up some nice
And you can
dirty
follow
memes.
me on everything at Full Court Pumps.
Full Court Pumps and Weezy.
WTF.
There you go. Listen, Loopy Blogger.
And you know what's funny? I always wanted to meet this woman, yo.
Really?
She's fucking amazing.
Don't
You don't
do-
see her big.
Don't
fuck,
don't
forget
do
about her
that.
ass. I want to
Yo,
bite
you
her
fucking
ass.
nasty ass.
I want to bite her
Don't
ass.
do that.
Full court
Let me tell you
pump.
something. One day-
Why are you saying it like full court pussy?
No, not pussy. Pumps.
It's this. When you see the pictures of Mandy from Full Court Pumps,
Oh,
you're going
God,
to see.
stop,
She
y'all.
been a Twitter legend.
Oh, forget about it. And then Weezy, we're going to eat Israeli food and just fuck all night. Okay?
I can't wait to come on your show.
I'm sorry.
That'll be fun.
Internet, listen, Horrible Decisions. Go
Yes.
check that
Hey.
podcast
Check 'em out. Make
They're
sure you
doing some things.
subscribe.
Make sure you check out Loopy Blogger. We'll see you next episode.
God bless y'all.
Hey,
Cheer.
Peace.
Internets, if you enjoyed that episode, I want you to reach out to me. Email me. Tweet me, okay? Email thepremiumpeachshow@gmail.com. At Twitter, @PremiumPete, @PremiumPeteShow. On Instagram, @PremiumPete, @PremiumPeteShow. Also, let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. And also, to all my small businesses or big business, no matter how small or big you are, you want to advertise with The Premium Pete Show? Get at me. thepremiumpeteShow@gmail.com, and we'll figure something out, okay? Now make sure you subscribe, rate, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'll see you next episode. Cheer.